We are live on our fourth and final Keeneland Weekend Kickoff. And mixed emotions here.
Mixed emotions.
I'm getting the cuts.
We're jumping right into
Right
this.
in,
We're going to look at the end of the show at the very end.
Yes.
But we got to get in our picks for the Great Bewitch.
I think this stake should be called the Warlike Goddess Stakes.
Yeah, she won the last three editions.
She won the last three. So I'm sad she scratched today.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see her take it away again. But I still think it should be called Warlike.
So who are you rooting for?
What am I rooting for? Okay.
And why?
Ew, show here.
Who's your crack in the way?
Rachel is trying to make a bet. Like, I think.
I know, she's trying to get in.
I know. I finally have a bet runner this time in the back.
Yeah.
So
we need
hopefully.
the sticks early enough for that. Okay, so my selection is number one, Chop Chop. Again, closer in here has won nearly 700K in lifetime earnings.
Look at the backdrop right
Starts,
No, look at the backdrop.
constantly
No, I'm just
improving
saying.
in good form. Again,
Just all these guys.
That's right.
It's her favorite.
But you know, this is the hardest competition to face in a long time. But I like it, especially with Warlike Goddess out. Warlike Goddess is just this race.
Yeah. Well, I hate the price, but the number 8, Vergara, is lone speed here now. They're going to have to catch her. I don't think she gets run down. I will say, as a price, Tower Bridge, you know, she had a solid first outing that she had on turf. Even if she finished last in the Orchid, the beaten lanes were just 5 1/4. The winner was McCulloch, who had beaten Warlike Goddess in Glen Falls. There was also the fact that Tower Bridge, who looks to be a pretty big mare, she got the gate a bit clumsily, it looked like. And not long out of there, she got bumped sideways on top of it. She had it steady, she was keen. I think had that all not happened, she might have been more forwardly placed. And Cherie DeVoe is not going to enter her unless she's got enough out of that performance to think she fits here. So I think Tower Bridge could be a really nice upset. She's currently sitting on the board at 7-1.
And for me personally, I like the 5, Lovely Princess. She seems to like Keeneland. Has won 2 times here out of 3 starts. She's coming off some time off, however, but I really
Our
like
microphones are not working.
Oh.
Our microphones are not working.
You know, technical. Joy.
Technical difficulties.
We can go to a full screen of the broadcast.
Yeah, well, if you take it.
Oh.
Yeah, but if you just go full screen of the.
Go, yeah, just show that, and then I'm going to quote tweet. They can hear Greg and JD clearly. So we have audio back. All
Is the laptop mic on?
live. This happens.
Now it is. It's switched.
They're gonna fix this up.
All right, can you hear us now, people?
Let us know in the comments. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? Our audio is down. But to recap, I think Vergara is lone speed. I think Tower Bridge is an
It's
upset.
interesting you say that with regard because, so Time from US has her winning, but not being speed of the race.
Well, she is now. She is now. I mean,
I don't know. I like Chop Chop in here. You know, closer in here, big lifetime earner. Hey, Patty confirms the mics are on.
Thank you, Patty.
Live TV, everybody. Things happen, but okay.
Live from the hill, no less. But
and I do like the 3 as a price that you could possibly use because I thought that was a better performance than it looked last out. She had traffic troubles.
Yeah.
And you like the 5.
I'm pulling for the 5 and the 4 also. Atomic Blonde, who you see right now. A German horse, but is owned by some of our friends at West Point. And
my
why
concern
not?
about Atomic Blonde was Vandoff last race, so and has had a long layoff. So we'll see if she's ready to come back today.
I will say I'm a little bitter right now because Christophe Clement just ran me down at Tampa Bay Downs. I had a 6-1 shot on the lead, did all the work, and then he nailed me on the wire.
Oh, no.
Basically, yeah.
Well, the good thing is one of us will win because we've got the whole field covered.
That's right. We got the whole field covered.
It really opened up when Warlike got a scratch.
Yeah,
you know?
I
The
know.
whole
Well,
field
we
opened
also
up,
have Queen's Command out,
Yeah.
Warlike Goddess, as well as Command and Control.
Yeah. So definitely a smaller field. The big beast who's won it 3 years in a row is not here to compete, but it should still be a really great race and a better betting race now that Warlike Goddess is out. So
that's
get
for
those
sure.
picks in, and we'll kick it over to the track feed to hear the call of this race.
Tick, 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 boom will be the last one. Last one going in. at the post. And they're off in the Bewitch Stakes presented by Keeneland Sales. There goes Tower Bridge. Tower Bridge, first out for the lead from in between horses. Has company, though. Lovely Princess will join her on the front end. In fact, Lovely Princess moves up, puts ahead in front. Tower Bridge is there and gets over next to the rail and saves the ground around that far turn for the first time. And then Vergara, who stays outward from the rail in third because Chop Chop is there in fourth back toward the inside. Tick, 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 boom is next to last here early on. They move to the top of the stretch, and Atomic Blonde is trailing. Opening quarter went in 25.53 seconds. Lovely Princess from the outside has the lead. Just over one circuit to go here in the Bewitch, and it is Lovely Princess who leads at a length and a half. And then Vergara to the outside, Tower Bridge back toward the inside. Gap of 2 more lengths to Chop Chop, who's just to the inside of Tick, 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 Boom. And Atomic Blonde, who is last but just 5 lengths from the front after an opening half mile in 49.67 seconds, and Lovely Princess continues to show the way. Lovely Princess leads it by a length and a half. Tower Bridge is there to the inside and still has Vergara to her outside, who moves up a closer third. In fact, Vergara takes second now by a neck and is just off the leader's flank. Chop Chop has moved off the rail, is in between horses in fourth, 2.5 lengths from the front as they head up the back stretch. Tick, 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 boom is on the outside, and then Atomic Blonde, who's right there, but back toward the inside as they approach the midpoint of the back stretch. And Lovely Princess continues to lead. It is Lovely Princess leading it by only a neck. Vergara second by 3/4 of a length. Tower Bridge right behind the leader, still against the rail in that third position at the entrance to the far turn. 3.5 lengths. Chop Chop is fourth up on the outside. Atomic Blonde against the rail. Tick, 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 boom is last, but the field well budged onto the far turn with Vergara now moving up on the outside to take the lead, and Chop Chop is coming behind her. Lovely Princess is still there to the inside, but Vergara the new leader. But Chop Chop is coming as they have just over a 1/4 mile to go. Chop Chop from the outside, Vergara to the inside, and then 5 more lengths. Atomic Blonde goes to third. Lovely Princess now fourth, and Chop Chop has a narrow lead into the final furlong. Vergara tries to respond in second. 3 more lengths. Atomic Blonde is running late from third. It is Chop Chop in front. A 3.5 length lead in deep stretch. Atomic Blonde goes to second. Chop Chop with Axel Concepcion aboard to win the Bewitch, presented by Keeneland Sales. Atomic Blonde was across the line in second.
Chop, chop, everybody.
All right, Alexa.
yeah.
Although I don't know.
the winner.
I don't know how to feel, though. You're like, beat Ren. It's like, oh, gosh,
I'm
okay.
competitive. I like to win, and I like to beat you.
Golly.
He is. I think that a celebration is in order.
Yeah, we were so
yes.
rushed getting to the Bewitch Stakes that was happening so fast.
And you guys couldn't even hear us, and so you'll be glad that you stayed on to hear just this refreshing, nice cold crack open.
Am I cracking it, or are you cracking it?
Are you good to do that with these beautiful nails?
Oh, I know. I'm a
I
little
don't
concerned.
know, but we can try it. But
I'm
you,
slightly
here,
concerned about the nails.
Okay.
Oh.
See,
That's juicy.
The nails make it better because it goes slower, so it's like even better ASMR going on. Yeah,
Trust
so
the
if you're
process.
at home watching, please crack a beverage, celebrate Chop Chop with us, which also our friend has been betting horses that remind her of her exes and winning every single time all week.
Yes.
And she said Chop Chop would be the one for this race because she chopped him out of her life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well
so
done.
Haley, if you're watching, your strategy continues to reign true. We're going to
Swim.
share her picks in some of the next races as well.
Okay, then.
And I got to shout out myself, little Atomic Blonde
Yes.
action.
Yeah.
Still got up for second.
Very nice.
Oh, really?
Um,
People tune in and bet with us, you win money. I mean, let's go. But
Yeah.
we would love to bring on our first guest, Meredith Daughtry.
Oh, my.
Did I say Daughtry? Is it Darty? Okay, Meredith Darty, Keeneland media and content specialist, and she, the Keeneland guests have been the best.
Oh, my
all
goodness.
Oh my
I could
gosh.
say.
I
Can we
will
get
take
a
We
one
tight-
need
and
to
pass
get a
it
shot
down.
of
Can we get
this,
a tight
Greg.
shot of these dogs?
And these are Burgoo dogs.
I have
Burgoo
never.
dogs.
I've never had a Keeneland dog. I've never had a Burgoo dog.
The Keeneland dogs are amazing.
Are
and
these
the Burgoo's
banana
amazing.
peppers?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
my
taking the one with the most
gosh.
because I do love a banana pepper.
This is like
And we have, yes, because, this could be very messy.
This is a very messy thing to eat on live TV, but
We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. Oh, I have 2 knives.
Yeah,
2 knives
grab
isn't
hold
going to
of
do
that
it.
mic. That's all yours, girl.
Yes.
Thank you, Meredith, for
you're
the
welcome.
dog
Did
gifts.
someone not get a... Knife. There you go.
An extra
Hold one of these up.
silverware.
Okay, hold on.
Ooh,
I
it
know.
did sprinkle.
It's
It
sprinkling in
rained.
the back.
And there's
I know, I
some
just got
sides of
hit.
the tent that are hitting some of the back.
You're welcome.
Thank you for bringing these, by the way. That's
All the way
incredible.
here.
I'm going to take a picture of it.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you very much, Meredith, for joining us. How is the day in the Keeneland meet going for you? What can you tell us?
It's good. Last day, closing day. Spirits are still high. We have made it through. We've had a good time every single day, rain, shine, whatever it may be. We're just happy to see it go so well and glad so many people are out here having fun still. It is packed inside.
it is.
You cannot move. It's great to see on a closing day for sure.
Oh, it's the best. And I feel like Keeneland turnout and attendance is always fantastic and through the charts. And all the public can stay and watch something extra special after the races
That
are done
is for
today, right?
sure.
Right, yes. Today, at the conclusion of racing today, we have our Keeneland Selected Horses of Racing Age sale, which is a one-evening sale, which we don't usually do. We like the long ones here. But we have horses of racing age. So horses, some of them have even raced and won here during the meet that you can buy this evening. They're up for purchase. So if you want a live racehorse that's already trained, that's ready to go, that's taking you into summer, running somewhere else, you can pick one up here this afternoon at 6:30.
And there's some stakes winners, too, on the
There
catalog.
are lots of stakes winners. Smile Happy being one. Millionaire Earner horses. I mean, there's a lot of live
Dynamic
talent.
ones in their wit.
The
Yes.
horse I almost bought at the Keeneland November Horse of Racing Age sale is in again today.
Oh.
And I know we're very happy with our purchase, but he was one of my top selections, and he has won I think every race since and done really and won here, and then we'll be back in the sale this afternoon. Uncle Jake.
Uncle
love
Jake,
that.
yes, that's a
Jake.
good prospect.
Well, do you
Yeah.
know what's so funny though too? Because I was at the races yesterday, enjoying a day with the gal pals, and I played a horse just based on pedigree. I hadn't had a time to handicap anything, and the Cheval de Guerre, and the horse is already in the sale tonight.
Supplemented last night. And
Amazing.
Today, if you want to run
Ran
from
great, by the
yesterday,
way.
come out and get him. Yeah, it's going to be quite the party atmosphere. We're going to have a good time. It's got about 80 horses going through the ring as of now, but there were 139, I think, ish that were entered. So could be more by the end of the day. We don't know. Still time for people to take them right off the tracks and them right through the sales ring. So we'll see what happens.
Could you talk about the transition that happens going from race day to sale night?
It's a lot for us, but it's a lot of fun because it's so neat to see on the backside of the barns. There are trainers who are selling horses, who are consigning horses that they might have won here out of the same barns where their racehorses are. So they're staying in their same stalls. So it's kind of like two worlds colliding if you walk to the backside. Horses being shown, buyers on the grounds, people looking at horses, people also back and forth to the races. So it's a real interesting place, and it's a great to see both of the Keeneland worlds collide in one. It's really a symbiotic atmosphere we have here with racing and sales. Everything feeds into one another, so it's nice to see them race, sell, all in the same place, all at home. It's good to see.
It's a really cool transition.
Yeah.
Can you tell, you have had a background in sales, is that right? Tell
Yes.
us about that.
I was a turf rider for a long time before this, which is how Rachel and I first met, actually.
Yes. So back in the day,
This is another job, Rachel. My gosh.
if in case you guys aren't familiar, I have done
Everything.
a lot of different things. I basically gave myself like the Kentucky education, as I'm not from here when I moved here. And when I was interning at Keeneland, we spent a lot of time in the press box
did.
together, which has ended up being fantastic, seeing people from that media side kind of throughout the duration of my career and the different roles that we go through. So
Yeah.
what were you busy doing in the press box?
Gosh, everything under the sun. No, I love the sales side. I think it's great. I think it's great to see horses at all different stages of their career and, watch them go on. Once you kind of develop a special connection to horses when you see them sell and then you go on to watch them succeed. And it's great to see them come back and see them go on and succeed with someone else, especially in a sale like this. But in the press box, I did everything. I wrote a lot of stories about a lot of sale horses, talked to a lot of people. I can talk to a wall now, so it's really helpful skill set if you need that. But yeah, it's great being a sales editor because you really get to see different side of the industry that people that maybe just watch racing, they don't always get to see. But there are great people behind these horses, and everybody wants them to succeed and go on to do great things.
Can you speak about your current role with Keeneland?
Sure. I am currently the media and content coordinator, which is kind of a new role at Keeneland, but at the same time, I'm sort of the nexus between communications and marketing. So I'm sort of, they're internal journalists, as it were. So still finding the good stories, still putting them out there, making sure everybody gets to see and hear all the great things that our horsemen and women do on and off the grounds, in the sales ring, and on the racetrack. So that's really my main job here.
And in this interim period, once the sales are over tonight,
what does Keeneland have to offer the public, I guess, for all of the times that there's not racing and sales?
Oh gosh, anything and everything. There are events here. There are tours here every day. People are welcome to just come out and walk your dogs out here and hang
it's
out,
a public
enjoy the
park,
grounds.
right?
It's a public park. I grew up down the street from Keeneland. We used to just come and have picnics on the lawn. There's also the Derby Day, so if you want to come back for Derby Day, please do.
That's what we're
A hot
fishing
dog,
for.
the guy at the hot dog stand said he's coming for Derby, and I was like, here the Derby's not. And he said no, people come. I was like, is it packed? He said yeah. Like,
I've
awesome.
watched the
Watch
Kentucky
party.
many years ago. I did the watch party for the Kentucky Derby with my mom here years ago.
Right. So if you don't want to don't want to fight the crowds at Derby, you can always come here and hang out with us. All the dining rooms are open, the grounds are open. People bring picnic food or bring your, chairs, sit out, simulcast, watch it on the tow board. Just kind of enjoy the day away from the sort of hecticness that can be Louisville, but still get a piece of the Derby action.
What sparked your love for the thoroughbred horse?
Oh gosh, I grew up riding, but I also grew up with friends of mine, very luckily, that had racehorses, so I can't come to the track all the time. And it's just being a Lexington girl and being, like I said, growing up right down the street. How can you not come out here and just enjoy it and really, take in the action? One of those just childhood lovers that kind of moved into the role, and I'm glad to be at Keeneland, my home track.
Here, pony girl.
Pony
lover.
My first ever email address.
We're bringing it back.
To this day, which I just got an email about updating my iPhone. So when I go in, I'm going to have that same awkward experience again with the Apple Pros when it's Pony Dreamer 95, and they're like,
"Yeah,
ma'am, a full-blown, nearly 30-year-old." Still Pony Dreamer 95.
You can't be the only one that has a pony
and
address.
And it also still fits. I'm sorry.
Still a horse girl for life.
Well, had the Lisa Frank notebook. It's fine.
Well, I have two more questions. I'll let you all jump in. Two more questions. This: who's your favorite thoroughbred racehorse of all time, and who do you like in the Derby?
Gosh, my favorite thoroughbred racehorse of all time. It's going to be a little bit funny, but it's probably Fusaichi Pegasus.
Really?
And
Because character.
He is the first horse that I ever bet my own money on, my allowance money. So that was like the first time I ever got to go up to the window. My dad trusted me enough to tell them exactly what I wanted. Yeah. So I have a deep little love in my heart for Fu Peg, rest his heart. Also a Keeneland sales grad, one of the most expensive horses to ever win the Derby. So we definitely can sell them here, then they definitely race. And what am I most excited about for Derby? My best pick, or
who are you rooting for?
Yeah, most? We're asking every guest today this. Gio, you can start preparing too. Or just say whatever she says.
I kind of really like. Oh gosh, that's a hard one. I really like West Saratoga. I think he's a really cool horse. And then I also really like Sierra Leone. It's hard not to root for Sierra Leone. I'd love to see a Keeneland Bluegrass winner go on and win. It's been a long drought.
Yeah.
It's the year I was born was last year we had one, so it's time to break that.
There you go.
Yeah.
And this could be the year that it all.
I know, full circle. I hope that
sure.
happens. That would be amazing. Well, you're doing amazing work at Keeneland, and we're
Thank
so
you.
happy to
I'm
have you.
I hope you enjoy them.
Oh, we're going.
We're going to be digging into them. We're going to do a quick little transition here. We have a video to share from this past Sunday at the races with the Ed Brown Society. So we'll tune into that, enjoy some of our hot dogs, and be right back.
I've only been to Keeneland maybe about 3 times, but I think Keeneland's a very beautiful track.
Well, today we have one of our favorite days throughout the year. We're having our Ed Brown Race Day at Keeneland. We have these race days across the country. At Ed Brown Race Days, what we do is we bring racing enthusiasts and really groom some new racing enthusiasts by having these wonderful events. And we also support the work that we do through Ed Brown Race Days with our Scholars and Fellows program. And so also delighted just to have a lot of young people out here with us today as well.
Hello, I'm Koya Robinson. I am a part of the all-female syndicate with Living the Dream Stables. And today we are here at the Ed Brown Race Day. I have been involved with Ed Brown probably going on for 3 years now. So Ed Brown Day at Keeneland is very nice. We all get together. Like this morning, we actually had a little brunch where we had mimosas, but also a big thing involved is we love to eat. So there's always great food, great people here to socialize with, but overall it's just a great experience just to be here with one another. A lot of us have been traveling with each other for a few years now, so we get a chance to just catch up as well. It's a great experience. Absolutely, I'm going to bet today. I mean, why come to the track if you're not going to bet? I'm feeling lucky today, so hopefully I leave out of here with a little bit of coins. Hey, well, who are you feeling in race 4? Oh, look, no help, no help. So no help in this race. I'm on my own. I think I'm going to just box in 4, 9, and 7. We're just going to go from there. Okay, so here we are. We'll see. Come on, 7! Come on, 7! Come on, 7! No, I didn't have the 8. So I lost all the way around. So back to the drawing board. Let's go.
Hi, my name is Jada Ali, and I am a junior at the University of Kentucky studying equine science and management with a minor in business and international business. I am currently serving as a 2-time Ed Brown Society scholar. I was able to complete an internship here at Keeneland in the sales department thanks to the Ed Brown Society, and I'm currently serving as a Keeneland College ambassador. I got into Ed Brown because they came and spoke to one of the organizations that I'm in at UK called UK Manners, and I was able to get to know Daryl Love, the executive director, and he just came and offered me all these amazing opportunities, and I am thankful for him, and I'm thankful to be here today working with the Ed Brown team.
So we're going to head to the paddock, so hopefully we'll be able to get a chance to see the horses sort of up front, see how their demeanor is, and we'll go from there. Also, so when I look at the horses this way, I sort of look who really has their head up, who's sort of engaged. Sometimes some of them can be a little fiery, so I'm like, that could be a good or a bad thing. So side note, I love horses, I love animals. So sometimes when I see them, I get a little distracted because I love them. They're such beautiful creatures. Yeah, we have 6 minutes, 6 minutes. I just have 12 for the win for right now. Okay, here they come. Come on! Come on! Oh! Come on, 12! Come on! I think my horse got second, but oh man, second doesn't win. So the day has been really good as far as being here with experience with the Ed Brown race day. Amazing to see some good friends again I haven't seen in a few months. The food was great here, but the betting, I'm 0 for 0 on the betting, so hopefully I can get back in here and get to winning and not losing today. But overall, this has been a great experience. I look forward to more Ed Brown race days. I'm thankful for them for allowing us to have access to amenities and tickets and able to experience this at a high level of luxury race day.
Okay, low-key, these Keeneland dogs are wild. They're so good. I've never had one.
We're back, and something has changed, y'all. I've now got that dog in me, okay?
Oh, there's a bee. The bees want the dog. And we've been joined by our next guest, Gio. Yes. We love Gio.
Gio is wrapping up an internship at Keeneland that he's been doing here during this spring meet and is with the Ed Brown Society as a scholar, I believe a sophomore at UK.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for joining us, Gio.
Glad to be on.
So the video that we just watched was recapping the Sunday day at the races with the Ed Brown Society. What was that like for you?
That was a very, very good experience for me. I had a lot of fun.
It looked
Great
like fun.
time.
Yeah.
Yes, it was awesome being in the Keeneland room, enjoying the races from the top up there, taking some pictures. Had a great chance to network and meet a lot of people, which is awesome for me, being able to meet people that are working in this industry. They may not be working in the industry, but contribute a lot to it, and it was awesome. And potentially having that connection to talk to them and connect to them later when it comes to a professional career.
Networking is so important. One of the key things I always tell anybody who wants to get in this business or any business really, have a business card. Honest to goodness, I know we have phones. And it's easy, but let's just transfer numbers. I'm telling you, a lot of people don't have the time to sit there, put your number in their phone. If you have a business card to flash out there.
It's so true. This was one of the big tips that I got.
Yeah.
Was because I was like, do I want to shell out on really expensive business
You
cards?
do.
And yes, you do.
It is so worth the
I will
investment.
tell you, people have not taken me seriously until and my business card is like as thick as a credit card.
I have one of your business cards.
It's bombing.
When I first met Alexa, she flashed me one of those, probably again with hot pink acrylic nails on. And the border of the card is hot pink.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a flex. She'll probably get it out.
Do you have business cards yet?
I have a business card.
Okay, well, put that down on the to-do list.
Pro tip.
Pro tip.
Definitely on the checklist.
So what made you want to get into the sport of horse racing? Does your family have a history with it? Is it something that you were exposed to here in Kentucky?
So I am new to it. Coming to UK, coming as a freshman, my friends brought me to Keeneland, and it was an amazing experience for me. You know, being able to see those horses come by and seeing the smiles on everyone, from children, you know, college students, high school students, to even the elderly. It's great being around an environment like this, and I really wanted to be able to have my career contribute to something like that.
What avenue do you want to pursue?
So I'm finance and marketing, and I have a big interest in the. I'm currently interning with Ketchen Hutchison, and she's helping get the scope on the patron operations side of it.
Awesome.
You know, get to see how the cogs work, how to fix the chaos and still make it beautiful at the end of the day.
Sausage factory.
And his next internship opportunity, I believe, is going to be with the Jockey Club this summer.
All right.
Tell us about that.
I'm very excited. It'll be with Media Ventures, gain some exposure with them and figure out how to, work that media side of it, how they bring exposure to the thoroughbred industry, and hopefully be able to learn more going into that with my marketing side outside of the patron operations. So I think I'm really excited for it.
What you're doing is so impressive, like kind of getting experience in different fields, meeting so many people. That really is going to set you up for so much success. So that is super cool that you're doing that internship.
What was your perspective on horse racing before you got involved, and what is it now?
Good question.
Okay, so I'm from New Jersey.
Really?
Yes.
All
so
right.
Did you go to Monterey?
Little fist bump?
Oh yeah. Horse racing isn't very popular up there. You know, you
Well,
see
they
a
got
little.
Monmouth Park. Yeah, that's where you got to go.
Yeah. I've never ever growing up there, never heard anything about horse racing. Up in New Jersey, it's just not very popular. All I do see is this oh cool, there's just some horses racing. You know, didn't really have that knowledge that it's a certain breed. But now coming into it, it's so much fun being around. You know, with my friends, it's actually a very, very different experience compared to just like other sports like football.
Yeah.
You know, there's also that betting experience that makes it a lot more fun. Place a $1 bet, and now it's 10 times more interesting.
Yeah. One of my favorite selling points of the sport is that I have such a short attention span. I've never successfully sat through an entire basketball game, football game, anything without, especially like a basketball game. I will spend at least one quarter of the game being like, and at some point they turn this into an ice rink. Like, where's the water? And then it's a concert venue. Like, I'm just thinking about logistics. That's how distracted I get trying to watch something for a sustained amount of time. So horse racing is fantastic. You get a quick hit. The day goes by so fast.
Yes.
It does.
But then you still have that
great.
15, 20 minutes between races to grab a drink, hang out with your friends. It's like the
Get a
perfect
dog.
setup. Have you brought your friends in from school that maybe weren't involved in it yet, or didn't? Maybe some other out-of-towners who didn't know a whole lot about it?
Family.
I have, yes. I brought a lot of friends. I've recommended
Have you
a lot
brought
of
them
friends
over
come
to our
Keeneland.
side?
I have.
All right.
Yeah,
over to the better side of experience Keeneland, and bringing them, they've loved it. Especially this spring, they've come. I brought a lot of them, recommended coming the first meet of the spring meet, and since then they came to maybe 2 after. You know, them telling about it. They love coming and having a good time. Coming here on the Gale, tailgating with their parents even, having a good rest of the day. Enjoying some races.
Have you found that horse for you yet, in terms of that you're just a fan of? Do you have a Derby selection? Maybe?
Oh, wait. But before the Derby selection, because while we were playing that video, we pulled up Instagram where I had polled y'all. If you saw the
don't do this. Don't do this to me right now.
It's fine. We won't do it to you yet. We're gonna do it to Gio.
Oh yes.
So we had recorded a little video, a little teaser, and we took a poll on if we should make Ren rap, and the options were yes and duh. And I can say that they're both getting a lot of traction. But Gio, will you rap your Derby pick for us?
Oh man. Okay.
Oh, no. Are you going to beatbox again?
And are you going to
give me a beat? You think I'd be able to do it?
I can do it.
You just need a rhyme.
She did this for me, and
oh my gosh.
Here in Keeneland, talking, interviewing, thinking about my Kentucky winner. Here we go, West Saratoga.
Gio, freaking mic drop.
I tried to bring it there.
You did it.
You did it.
Do
Do you
you did it delicately without breaking the equipment.
Didn't want to hurt your ears. Dropping.
Well,
Saratoga.
I am gonna hurt your ears when it comes to me. I am sure. So be prepared. But you know, Larry Demerit, he really he's taken great care with this horse to get him to the Kentucky Derby. I know he was willing to pass on going to the Breeders' Cup to give his horse some time to freshen up and whatnot, because he had a different type of campaign mapped out for him with this specifically in mind. So it is interesting, but yet we're going to see our Breeders' Cup Juvenile Champion, Fierceness, going to the Kentucky Derby. So we'll, it's all the different avenues.
And by the way, West Saratoga won the Ed Brown Stakes.
Did he?
This is a big tie-in.
Full circle. Look at this.
Look at that. Somebody read the America's Best Racing cheat sheet.
Oh
and
no!
has the tea,
I should have. You know, she's gonna do trivia on us later.
Yeah.
And notice the way I said it: trivia on us. Later.
I can't participate. I'm the judge and juror of the court. And
We're the jesters.
And I can say, as the judge, Gio, you killed that rap. We're so excited to see what's next for you.
We usually don't force guests to perform, so.
But he just was the vibe. I was like, this guy's the vibe. He'll be great.
I'm glad. I tried my best.
No,
wait. Did he take that for me? Actually, like
no, girl, you ain't getting out of anything.
Okay,
Absolutely not.
I'm excited to see that one then.
Fabulous.
Yes. Just keep sipping on the White Claw and it'll come to you.
Yes, it will come
by
to
the
me.
end of the
It'll come
day.
through.
Well, Gio,
I don't know. I have no rhythm.
We're going to keep plugging along, get into this next race. But thank you so much for coming on with us.
I'm so excited. Anytime I see somebody who's come into racing, with a
Outsider,
genuine
young,
love, who
fun,
didn't,
that's what we need. So keep bringing your friends. You're doing.
But doesn't that
awesome.
say something that when somebody like Gio comes into it, who didn't grow up in it, so it wasn't just this like deep-seated thing from the beginning. There was something about it that captivated them. It means that our product, there's still that je ne sais quoi that just captures attention. Yeah, that captures attention.
That's
that matters to people still.
Yeah.
So I just think it's wonderful, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank
and
you so
I'm
much for
rooting
having me on.
for you going forward. Get those business cards done, and when you get them
Definitely,
printed, give me one. Give me one.
I will. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thanks, Gio.
Thank you, Gio.
The absolute best. Gosh,
Yeah.
we've been so lucky with fantastic
Our guests are awesome.
We have more great guests to come and hopefully some more winners to pick for you all. So we're going into race 9 here in allowance optional claiming. Alexa, girl, what have you got for us since you picked the winner
pressure's
on the last
on.
out?
Oh, I don't feel the pressure. I'm ready to win.
I'm going to eat another banana pepper here.
Well, let's first take a look at the Timeform US pace projector. So early pace projected shows the number 1 Princess
Adelaide.
Oh, wait. And 11. So sorry. Missed the 11 there. So the number 1 and the 11, Mucho Macho Girl, going out for the lead. And then it shows the late pace with the 1 hanging on the 12 closing Royal Take Charge. I will agree with this. My top pick is Princess Adelaide. I think you can throw out that last race.
You can. I know her owner.
Okay, you know
I know one of her owners.
It was on synthetic. It was the first time outside of California, first time with a new trainer. Last dirt race he won was 7 furlongs, which is what we're doing today. Speed of the race, almost lone speed. You know, the 11's the other speed, but I just don't trust him to really stick around. So 10-1 morning line, I was like, ooh, I hope we get those odds. And right now 11-1. I think this is a juicy pick.
Yeah, no, I do too. And also, not only was it the synthetic, not only was it off a layoff new barn, but she also, when she got out of the gate, it looked like it threw the jock back into the saddle for a few strides. And for a horse who wants to show some early foot, that really messes up the game plan. So I think that she's live, especially with the rail draw. And again, I have some friends who are part owners of Princess Adelaide, so I'd be so happy for them should she win. I think another horse that we need to take a look at is the number 7 in for Ward. Last ran in the Grade 2 TCA where she dueled and got put away by Ugiri. Ugiri was in off a win in the Open Mine, and she was still solid enough to hold off Wicked Halo that day. She went on to run Ugiri second in the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint. And meanwhile, Wicked Halo, she went on to win the Dream Supreme Stakes at Churchill. Now, this mare, she had run second in the TCA of 2022 as well. 4 starts altogether on the dirt here, second on debut. Draw a line through the Ashland because she's obviously a sprinter, and that race was also won by Nest. And she's working sharply. Blinkers are coming off again to get her to relax a touch. And also, I got to say, hello, how do we not throw in a real long shot play, which let me see what the odds are right now, on Braganza. Braganza.
I like Braganza.
Because it sounds like brunette brunette. I can say it. Brunette Bonanza. Brunette Bonanza. There we go.
No, it's true.
I mean, you ignore the Chaluki. That's a mile. Ignore the turf mile. Cutting her back to a distance at which she's 3 for 4. She won her last start on the dirt by a head over Intrepid Daydream. She went on to win 4 in a row, restricted stakes. But still, she then got beat just a half length in the grade 3 Sugar Swirl. Put up a 91 buyer figure. Just saying.
No, I agree. I mean, this horse basically won a version of this race last year at Keeneland and by over 7 lengths. And that next out at Churchill was lifetime best. Back on the Lasix, Eddie Keneally is 35%, wins 35% of the time when he moves from route to sprint, and that ROI is $2.55. So that is a strong one. But I actually like the 3. I think this is a juicy exact vertical race.
Swall.
Okay.
Isn't that interesting? Okay, so Swall and Princess Adelaide
literally, I
are
said very
stablemates.
Interesting here.
But like, look at her work
Are
tab.
they stablemates? Okay.
They're stablemates. Look at the work tab.
Well, this is the first time dirt, but the pedigree ranking is good. It's coming off 4 races with a ton of these works. Okay, 5 and 59. So for those of you who aren't maybe don't know about
break it
works.
down.
So my rule of thumb is if a horse can run 12-second furlongs extended, then they are fast. They're capable of winning. So when I'm looking at workouts, you'll see at the bottom, it'll say 4 and 48. That means they've run 4 furlongs in 48 seconds. So that would be 12-second, furlongs. So when I see a horse running faster than that in works, I'm like, this horse is fast and fit. And when I see those continuously, I'm like very interested. So Swall, 5 and 59, 12-second would be a whole minute. So that's a second faster. And another tip for those of you who are new, a horse runs about 5 lengths in a second. So you might think, oh, the horse ran a second. What is that? Well, that's 5 lengths. That's a lot. That can totally, it's a whole different class, right? So when I see 5 and 59, 4 and 46, that's 2 seconds faster than what I would expect, which is 10. I mean, this horse is really fit. And then a 4 and 47, all in the last month. So for me, this horse is very interesting. Well, I like the 1-3. I would throw the 10 in. I would throw the 8 in.
No one said the one.
But you know what? Isn't this interesting?
Who do you like? We're talking too much.
I'll say really quickly. The one right now is the big 13-1. The 10 is actually 7-1.
We need a bet runner. Put in this. Honestly,
I got my ass. I got my ass.
This exacta 1, 3, 8, 10 boxes.
But when you're talking about those works, also these are bullet drills. So she's like not only running a fast time, she's running the fastest time of the horses working that day, and it's not just a few others who worked that distance that morning. Like she's working the fastest of 30, working the fastest of 75.
75.
Yeah.
Okay, Rachel, who do you like?
Yeah, and 3 again. I did like 3 a lot. I said she was a synthetic queen, but is working very fast on the dirt, although she's doing it for the first time. And some other ones that I kind of am eyeballing for a bit of value is the 7 and the 8. So the 7, Happy Soul, has been 2 for 4 at Keeneland, has had a layoff since October. Trained by Wesley Ward, who is the king of Keeneland. He is set to be the leading trainer of the meet. And then the 8, coming back down in class after running in a grade 3 and 2 for 2 at this distance. So those are Rachel's spicy picks, but I do also love the 3.
Spicy.
that 7, I really do think the only angle for me on the 7 is the trainer angle. But I do see that because, I mean, Ward, you got to play him. But they are loading in the gate. We're going to see what happens here in race 9 on closing day at Keeneland.
Nom de Plume goes into the gate. Braganza comes forward. Royal Spa. Two-item saver, along with Mucho Macho Girl moving into line. Royal Take Charge will be the last one. Goes in. They're at the post. And they're off. Happy Soul and 2-Item Saver have speed, and Princess Adelaide there to the inside. Royal take charge up on the outside with Mucho Macho Girl. Princess Adelaide heading up the backstretch has the early lead. Happy Soul second, Mucho Macho Girl third. Royal take charge far outside in fourth. 2-Item Saver is in fifth. Swall against the rail moves up from sixth. Royal Spa between horses is seventh. Braganza eighth to the outside. Nom de Plume back toward the inside is in ninth. Unifying between horses 10th at the entrance to the far turn. Then a break of 3 more lengths. Napa Candy, who is in the 11th position. Be Like Water, last of the 12 opening quarter, 22.94 seconds. Princess Adelaide, the leader, but Swall keeps moving up the rail. Now, Swall's moved up into the second position, just a length off the lead. Now switches off the rail and starts to take a peek toward the outside as they round the far turn. Happy Soul has lost ground and drops back into the fourth position. And that will allow 2-Item Saver to move by her. 2-Item Saver up to third, still 5 from the front, and is followed by Mucho Macho Girl, Royal Spa, then Nom de Plume to the inside. They turn for home. Here comes Swall to the outside of Princess Adelaide. Swall moves up and takes the lead. Royal Spa 5 lengths away in third. Nom de Plume is fourth back toward the inside into the final furlong. Royal Spa keeps moving on the outside for a narrow lead. Royal Spa is in front, has it by 2 to Swall, Princess Adelaide, then Unifying, followed by Braganza far outside, but no catching. Royal Spa, 3 wins today for Flavian Pratt. Royal Spa, the winner. It was Braganza rallying up from the outside to grab second on the line from Unifying third.
Funny. Oh no, that was Royal Spa.
Okay, so
I was so pumped at the top of that show. I was like, I'm gonna look like such a badass.
I was like, keep going, keep going, Princess Adelaide.
My exact is gonna crush, and then it
go
went to the back.
Oh yeah, no.
Braganza did get second. We didn't talk about the 5. What do we
Yeah,
have
the
on
notes that I had on
Royal
the 5
Spa.
is that it's a late runner, and my question was, will she have time to get up?
Yeah.
First time with Flavian on board.
Yeah.
He's definitely a very competitive
Flava
rider.
Flav.
Flava Flav, putting some
Flava
sauce on that
Put some
horse.
sauce on it. I love it.
And yeah, the
It
one
did
time
make sense. The pace made sense. It was
Yeah.
a fast pace, so that horse had never won going over, 6.5. I mean, it was only 7, but
I'm
was
not
the
bitter.
favorite, but a 7-2 favorite. I'm not bitter.
I'm not bitter.
I'm still riding on my chop chop win.
Chop chop.
regardless,
We
we
move on. We live.
do
we
move on.
learn.
live,
we love.
we ride,
And we're going to move on to our
move
next
on.
guest, Nicole Finch.
Come on over.
Marketing and experience coordinator at Spendthrift Farm. Oh my God.
And
look
also,
at her hat.
So
And
something,
also-
something to know
Hello.
about Nicole
Fascinator is amazing.
is she made it herself.
You did
She
it.
does
Good.
literally everything. This girl was
Yes.
jumping out of a plane just a couple
Another
days
Renaissance
ago.
Oh my
woman.
goodness.
Truly, I believe that horse racing has the most badass women in the sport, which is
Yes.
why I'm so excited to feature
I
them
thought
and
you
bring
were
them
going to say,
on.
which is why I'm here.
Well, that too,
I mean, the shoe
obviously. The shoe fits. Nicole, thank you for coming on and joining us. I'm sure that your schedule has been very chaotic.
It is.
And I've actually worn one of her beautiful pieces at Kentucky Derby when we did the live show for Derby.
my
I was wearing.
Nicole
Okay,
was
tell
the
us
first
why your
Nicole
schedule's been so crazy.
Yeah.
So
Well, you're doing all the.
on top of normal Derby week madness. So I obviously, like y'all were saying, I make my own hats.
Yep.
So I have my own hat company, Magnolia Millinery. So obviously I've been busy for a long while with Derby. This week has been crunch time. I don't know how many emails I've gotten today. Hey, I just found out I'm going to Derby. And I'm like,
I'm busy.
awesome.
I was one of those people, and she crushed it.
And then with our schedule at Spendthrift, right now is foaling season, breeding season. So obviously everyone at the farm is super busy right now. My main job right now is to be getting foal photos for our new stallions, so we can put ads out there showing what kind of babies they're throwing. So it's a lot, but I do get to see baby horses
that doesn't sound
almost
10
every morning,
times.
so it's not really
Not too bad.
It's not really bad.
I gotta say, so I was here, as I said, yesterday with some gal pals, and one of them is a breeder, and she just had a cyberknife filly.
Yeah.
The hip on that baby is insane.
Yeah, so actually just before I left to go out of town last week, I think the last baby we saw was a cyberknife colt
out of sitting at the bar.
Nice.
So when I tell you I have literally never seen a baby horse, he just decided to take off. We were done taking pictures. We were just standing in the paddock chatting, and he decided to put on a show. When I tell you that Cyber Baby
is a runner,
when it's probably like the fastest I've ever seen a baby run.
Wow.
You could hear him because it was quiet, obviously. You
Yeah.
could hear him like huffing. It was incredible. I've literally
which that's
fastest
probably
baby I've
the
ever
coolest part of Spendthrift. For anyone that's watching that is not familiar, Spendthrift has really established itself as the breeder's farm. They have the largest quantity of stallions of any
27.
farm in central Kentucky. They stand, Kentucky Derby winners, and they also own horses for racing. It is an incredible operation.
And I mean, we should say that one of the stallions they stand is one of the most important styers in modern times and into mischief. I mean, hello.
right, and sitting at the bar is by
Yeah.
mischief. So
What a cross.
that checks out.
Yes. Oh, well, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, with that type of popularity, do you have a lot of people coming out to the farm wanting to see him?
Oh, absolutely. And it's kind of hard because we can't pull him out for everyone
Right.
that wants to see him. I mean, he's a big time stallion, and he knows it. I mean, if you go up to his,
true.
unless you have carrots, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He
Well,
knows he's super important.
The Holder was the same way. His half sister, so she's at Spendthrift also, and I was filming something with Natafi for Breeders' Cup, and she was just like, peppermints. Or I'm sorry, no, it's carrots. I'm sorry, it's carrots. Carrots?
Peppermints
Carrots?
too, though.
Okay, well, she was on the health kick at the time I saw her. But yeah, she was just all about it. And if you did not have it, she didn't have time for you. She'll search your pockets for it.
She was doing that. Richard Mandela came out
Yeah.
last time he was
Sniffing
in town,
around.
and
They're
he was
smart.
trying to get it open, and she was trying to go in his pockets. It was hilarious.
What would you say? Who's the most diva of your stallions?
Oh, that's a good one.
Maybe Authentic. I feel like
Kentucky
Authentic-
Derby winner in
I feel like
2020.
he has a lot of quirks.
So
he's a character.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking of a Derby winner, what is it like, and what is this next week going to look like for you with Spendthrift, with the Kentucky Derby, and covering that event?
So unfortunately this year we don't have a horse our own, from our racing stable in the Derby like we did last year, which was absolutely incredible.
Kings Barnes.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Derby just posted the other day like the replay, and he's out in front the whole time, and I'm like, my baby King
Oh.
But he won here a couple
he
weeks
did
ago,
win. I was so
He
excited
won,
about
he won
that.
at Tampa. That was a big optional 75 that he won, and then he went on to, be big time.
Yeah, he's 2-0 this year. So, but we do have progeny. And speaking of into mischief, he has 1 in the Kentucky Derby and 2 in the Kentucky Oaks. So we're really excited about that. So I'll be out there every morning, probably getting there 5:15, and just out around the backside shooting, any Kentucky Derby or Oaks horse, but obviously really focusing on ours and
What time is
pushing
your
that what time? Early that time.
Oh, gosh.
Early and late. So I basically will be at the track all morning. I'll leave the track and head over to Spendthrift, and we have some photography tours that we're doing this week or next week because it is Derby week. So I'll be helping out with those, and then in between that and another tour I have to help on our authentic tour later in the afternoon. I'll be at farms taking full photos
And
then tours.
oh my gosh, are all of those tours booked, or what Derby experiences do
So
people have access to at
all
Spendthrift?
of our regular so we have a tram tour, stallion tour, and then because it's Derby week we have the special authentic tour.
Yep.
And then we added a photography tour. So basically all of our tours are pretty much sold out, with the exception there might be a few spaces on a couple of our photography tours in the morning, which will be really cool. You get to go love on the babies and mamas. So that's really fun. And obviously Spendthrift is gorgeous. So it's really, you can get some really, there's no bad shots there, put it that way.
That's for sure.
And for this Derby, does it go without saying that those into mischiefs are who you're going to be cheering on, or who are your
absolutely.
favorites?
So because I was out of town jumping out of airplanes, as you said,
Yeah.
Yeah, we forgot to touch
did you
on
find
that.
time to
Wait
do that?
a second. Pivot. When did that start?
So I'm actually on the World War II airborne demonstration team.
Whoa,
So-
whoa, yeah. That is not what I expected to come out of your mouth.
I did not think that either. Right.
So
she has cooked it up
right now.
So I was jumping out of C-47s.
Oh my gosh, she just
last
kicked it up
week
a notch.
That are 80 years old. They dropped troops on D-Day.
Oh.
So in about a month, we're heading over to Normandy to jump on the 80th anniversary of D-Day. So that's what I was training for.
Can we put a jockey cam on you?
That's what I was looking for. One of those cameras.
Our social coordinator Isabella works for Jockey Cam. She might be able to.
I wanted to
sky
try.
jockey.
I wanted to try and find one of those. I didn't know like where to source it from.
Wow.
But anyway, I was out of town because of that. So this morning was the first morning I really got to lay my eyes on any of the contenders.
So you were in church at Churchill this morning?
Yes, I was at Churchill this morning. So I haven't really seen all of them yet. Obviously, I saw Sierra Leone win here. I saw Leslie's Rose win here. I mean, he looks like a freight train, and so does she. But obviously, I'm pulling for the Intimishifts, and we have a Golden Sense. So
and what are
it
their
would be
names?
really special
so
if
that the
Goldie.
public can cheer them on.
So the Golden Sense is Mystic Dan in the Derby.
My husband loves Mystic Dan.
Yeah,
He
I saw
loves
him. I saw him this morning.
Yeah.
He's really cute. And then we have Resilience by Into Mischief. And then for the Oaks, we have Into Champagne, which I'm leaning towards basically because of the name.
Yeah.
I saw her this morning, and then Leslie's Rose. So I haven't seen her yet. The last time I saw her, she was here winning it at Keeneland. So
strong contingent you have.
Heck yeah. Well, we want to let you be able to get back into it, but at first I want you to go to Plug City.
Yeah.
Tell everybody where they could find hats, where they can find your photography, or anything about Spendthrift.
So I'm probably most, I would say, active on Instagram. So my hat page is Magnolia Millinery. That's the same for the website. Obviously, we have a pretty huge following for Spendthrift. TikTok, I think we have like 160-something thousand followers at this point.
Top-tier content, honestly.
I can't
Spendthrift.
take credit for all of that. Kendall, that works with me, has really kind of taken over TikTok. She's done like a fantastic job.
I love it.
I met her this week.
Oh yeah,
What'd
yeah,
I say?
she's
More
fantastic.
badass women.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Shock.
She's awesome. So, Spendthrift Farm is over, X, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. And then for my photography, it's just Nicole Finch Photography. I'm going to be honest with you.
There's a caveat.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm posting so much, for Spendthrift and
it's so much to keep up
with.
with.
My personal Instagram's kind of
Is it sad?
go to a wayside.
But that shows she's booked and busy.
Yes.
She's
Very
creating
much so.
content.
That's a great
Jumping
problem.
out of planes.
That's
doing
a great problem to have.
Crazy awesome things.
busy to post.
I feel like I need to
or
jump out of a
busy
plane
posting
now.
for literally everyone but
Right,
myself.
but everybody but yourself. Right, exactly.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sure that I'm going to see you out there one of
Yeah.
these mornings.
Be around.
And hopefully, when it's all said and done, you can take a quick, short breather before you go abroad to Normandy.
Yep.
But we really appreciate you taking the time. Seriously.
Yeah,
I know
for
she's
sure.
booked and busy. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, ladies. Thanks for
Thanks,
having me. I
Nicole.
appreciate it.
Anytime. So as the day continues to clip along, and again, more and more fantastic guests joining us on the set.
We want to show you though, because we've had a little bit of unfortunate weather.
I know. I just got my hair done.
I know.
I got my grays covered.
Today was like truly we didn't have any sides on the tent. I was here just like basking
It was
in the
beautiful.
sun, and then it started to rain. But before that, one of our amazing, fabulous, he's shaking his head, but so humble, videographers went out and, took some footage of everything that's going on here. And if you haven't ever been to the Hill, you have to come. It is such a cool place. They had an amazing band, live music, people tailgating, people wagering. I don't know. Have you ever come and hang out on the Hill?
Honestly,
Just with you guys.
since I've always had a media badge, it seems like one of those things where I just go straight in through the gates, straight into the paddock to be up close to horses and just ooh and awe at them. But the setup on the Hill is truly incredible. Again, Keeneland caters everything that they offer to the community, to the type of people that are coming out, a lot of them being college students and families, and being able to come set up on the hill is a lot more conducive than wrangling the troops and going inward. But again, they have wagering tents, as you saw, live music, plenty of food, and fun. So
that's for sure.
Well, our next guest, Gavin, are you willing to come on? Yeah. Oh my gosh,
I love
Gavin.
I love Gavin. Gavin's gonna steal the show though, ladies, because Gavin is like personality.
Are you gonna rap for us too?
Listen, I was speaking to him, and he said it was the best performance he's ever given. But first of all, everyone looks fabulous today.
thank you.
I had
Thank
to say
you
that.
so much.
Thank you, Gavin.
What a pleasure it is to be on ABR today.
Well, thank you for coming and joining us. What's shaking? What's going on with Silks?
Yeah, what's the latest and greatest with Game of Silks?
I guess the first shout out to Old Smoke Clothing Co.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You know,
Kurt.
we just launched our first merch shop with them, so super excited to make
You're
sure.
gonna be styling and profiling.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait to get those before Saratoga.
Yes.
I'll be looking
Did
nice
you get
in
one of the
summertime.
blazers for yourself too? Because Danny has an ABR blazer.
You know, that's the crazy thing. He gets the call for the blazer. What, do I get the call?
No.
Is it called a blazer
No.
for a
That's
man?
what I'm
No, but
saying.
Is it called a blazer?
Yeah, he's got
thought it was a
sports
suit
coat, blazer,
jacket.
whatever. But yeah, on the inside,
Maybe?
it's all
Oh,
line.
that's true. That's
Blazers
man
are
jargon. I don't
women.
know.
I think
Is it
Silks
called?
is a.
Tell us, Gavin. Do you buy blazers or jackets?
Women, men. If it looks good on me, I'll wear it. Trust me. First of all, but I think
So
that's
you're
what
you're
it is.
saying that you're getting a custom interior wrapped.
I hope I get the call for that. Dan has one. Let's make
Well,
sure.
let's make this
sure
happen,
everyone
Old
knows
Smoke.
Dan has one,
If
and I
Kurt's
don't.
listening, and
Yeah.
if not, we'll send him this.
I know he's going to be with us
Need
at
to-
Preakness, so we can corner him
I'll
about
probably
it.
be. He'll get an earful from me at the Preakness. I'll tell you that.
Well, is everyone here going to Preakness? I'm
I'm
booking my
not.
flight today.
I won't be.
Well, that was kind of a
Come on.
buzzkill.
I
I'm not
know.
gonna lie, Ren.
Let's-
Just lie.
Obviously,
no one's gonna know.
Now I feel bad about going to the Preakness because you're not going.
Have
Now
fun for
it's on my
me. You
shoulders.
have the fun for me.
We will.
I will
Just-
make sure.
just-
I'll have
just-
2 drinks for every one you would have.
Just try not to, do the porta potty run because.
Oh my God.
I've never witnessed that. I've never witnessed
By
that.
the way, it's
Have you
running
not?
across
Have you
the
not
top.
seen? Yeah, see, thank you, thank you. Rachel knows what I'm speaking of. Yeah,
No, I know
it's
exactly.
crazy town. But
I
like,
would win.
Did they get rid of Pegasus, by the way?
What?
I don't even know what that is.
So,
Greg's
Greg's
telling
shaking,
us,
yeah,
yes.
Pegasus is no longer with us.
I can't imagine anything
Greg
with
used
the
to
word
compete.
pegging it being safe among the infield at horse racing
No.
events,
God,
which
what
by the
a
way
disaster.
are just wild.
Well,
Jack
look at this
Harlow's
behind us.
performing.
I
It's great time,
know.
and even the hill at Keeneland, it's popping.
Okay, but we truly didn't really tell anybody who you are.
Oh my
what
gosh,
you
I'm so
do.
sorry.
And what you do. So tell
I
us.
just
What's
assume
straight
everybody
for
knows
Bob?
who Gavin
No
is.
one knows who I am.
I
That's
just
the great
assume
thing.
everyone.
Is this
I'm
guy
in the
over
shadows.
Here? No, we want to know about Game of Silks. I want to know about Game of Silks because low-key.
I play Game of Silks.
Low-key, I had a hard. I'm an artist. Got my degree in painting. Really opened up a wild career path for me.
Awesome.
You think?
But I had a hardcore NFT phase where I did a
Oh.
lot of art for NFTs. So tell us about Game of Silks.
Well, first of all, that's the NFTs giving the ability for artists,
Yeah.
to showcase their talent is one of the things we're going to see, it grow into. But Game of Silks is digitalizing the thoroughbred industry and giving players the opportunity to buy digital collectibles of real life racehorses. Horses running today, people in Game of Silks have the opportunity to own.
Right.
And our main goal is for those guys and women that want to own a racehorse that don't have the chance, or the capital to still get the feeling of owning a horse passing that finish line. And that's what we want to give every player, every opportunity to users, and we're seeing it day to day. And the great thing is we've seen some great wins
Oh
from
my
our
gosh,
company.
yeah.
These NFTs tie into real life racing.
Yes, they have a
happening.
counterpart.
Yep. So
Wow.
we'll use just FYI. There's a user in our game that owns her, and I think they're over $10,000
Oh, nice.
USD.
Because you get
in
real
rewards.
winnings.
Yes.
Real
How
winnings.
really-
Can you explain how that works?
Have to pick your
So
brain about this at some
whatever
point.
the real world purse at the moment, you receive 1% of whatever your horse wins. So that's what Game of Silks is dedication to their players. And
The real live purse is $100,000.
You get a
would-
percent-
You
you
would get 1,000.
yep,
Where does that money come from?
it comes from our game,
It-
and
This
we're
is
paying out to
awesome.
players. And that's one of the great things too is we utilize the blockchain, and for a lot
Yep.
of people that don't know what that is, every transaction our game makes is recorded on a
Yes.
system you're able to see. So if you want to go check it out and you don't understand NFTs blockchain, you're able to sign up with the email and a password, use credit card, and we're doing all the work for you in the background, and you never have to interact with a lot.
What chain are you on?
We're on Ethereum.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, Ethereum mainnet.
And can I tell you?
What?
Like, no,
He
here's
knows her
what's,
shit.
I had told you I have done crazy NFT things, so I was like very curious. I wanted to do. I shouldn't give away my good ideas on air. You steal them, I'm gonna come and hunt you down.
Yes.
But no, actually, if you're interested, reach out because I think I think NFTs would be a really great way to build. Aftercare for horses. If I have money follow. Oh my gosh, you're gonna tell me you're doing this already?
Oh.
Every single horse purchased in the Game of Silks right now, it's $875 for a horse. We donate 1% of anything sold from Game of Silks to horse charities.
Oh, wonderful.
That's so cool.
Yep.
That's so cool. I love to hear that because that's something I'm very passionate about. And
Without the horses, we don't have a game.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
And of course, seeing any kind of charity, and especially sometimes you see retired horses and they become Olympics, Olympians.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best stories for me. I love seeing.
It's so cool though. So when you go on and you log on and you purchase your horse, you go ahead and you select to have it delivered, right? And this guy comes in his van, he's driving his digital driver, and your horse it stops, the van stops and the door opens and your horse steps out. It's so cool and you don't know who you're gonna get. And when I got my horse, so it pops up the information, and I was like, hot diggity, this horse was born on my birthday.
No way.
Yes way.
That's like a universal. Have you won with it?
Well, she didn't win, but she's running the money. So I've made money off her already because
That's
she's
so cool. I have to get involved.
She has run in the money in 2 graded stakes races.
Yeah.
So.
Well, in addition to doing all the Game of Silk stuff, you also are a handicapper. You're
Yes,
a horse
you are.
player.
I do try to say I can handicap. Do I win? Rarely.
Is that why you have your friend Mike
listen,
waiting in the wings?
He could be considered a friend. I do smell like a little bit of smoke right now, so you know who I've been hanging out with.
I saw a cigar stuck out of the suit jacket pocket, blazer pocket, whatever keyword we're going for.
That's a suit jacket.
And I feel
this
like
is not a blazer.
we've got to get Mike in here to help discuss this next
We're
race
gonna
too.
swap. You
Whatever
guys.
I will,
I
will say,
Mike.
whatever horse Mike picks on this podcast, I'll bet $100 on it.
Oh my
gosh!
We will,
Okay,
if
bet
it
runner.
wins, we'll donate whatever the ticket to whatever horse charity you guys
We
pick.
love that.
And can I also give a quick shout out to Troy? Troy Levy, if you're watching, we love you too.
Okay, and
good.
while they flip flop, I'm going to show you this from. Okay, I mean, the graphics are so cool. I have to get involved. I can't believe I'm not already involved.
I actually am surprised you're not.
I know. What am I even doing here?
Come on.
God, she's going to get involved now.
I thought I was the less in the know person in terms of newfangled things. And
no, you are.
And look at this. I've got a Ren and a Rennie over here. Welcome to the set, Mike Rennie.
We're squaring it up.
Handicapper and Twitter king.
No king, all right, but
wait. And
do the Smoke and Pony show weekly, and
Smoke
just
show.
having a good time on Twitter. Just bring different energy and see where it goes.
That's
So
right.
I'm
Putting new
curious.
vibes out
You
there.
spent the first part of your day in the track at Keeneland and yesterday as well.
and Wednesday.
How has that shaken out for you?
Wednesday
Some
was
winners?
great. Yesterday kind of chalked out, flamed out a little bit, and today's been a disaster. So we're back.
Well, in
we got
that
the get out
case,
race. So.
Tell us your selection.
Yeah,
for this race so we can get on
Because
board
Gavin's
with that.
ready to fire.
Hey, no, it should be.
Gavin, maybe you should put it on my pick. I've been pretty hot.
She has been.
Oh, so hopefully, maybe one of us will get
Maybe
it
we'll be
home
on the
here.
same one. Okay, who do you like?
Well, hang on with my chopped liver over here.
So this is the last race
of Keeneland,
Keeneland during
not
the
ever.
spring meet.
Yes.
And if we can share a screen, we'll show you the horses as they're coming out onto
It's such
the
a
field here.
bittersweet moment, but
It
it is
is.
the last race. It is a mile and 3/16 on the turf, allowance for 3-year-old horses, and yeah, the the last hurrah for the spring
Yes.
Keeneland meet. So
are you going to end on a lucky note? On a high?
It's ending on a good note. I'm visiting from Portland, Oregon. Came in hot on the Red Eye Wednesday.
Come on, give me a bump.
We got a good one
We
here.
learned yesterday, Mike and I are both from Portland.
Oh.
And so when we got set up on a group text and I saw a fellow 503er, I was like, excuse me, this is a number that I never see in Lexington, Kentucky. Whenever I try and call people or text them to set up stuff with ABR, nobody answers my calls because they're like, who is this Portland
Scam call,
number?
scam call.
So we're in on Team Portland. I feel like I've got to
Portland.
back low-key whoever Mike picks for this race because of
hopefully
that.
we get the setup. It's one of those, the mile and 3/16. It
Okay.
should be an interesting race. I'm guessing I haven't seen it. The Chad Brown should be favored. Catch a Wave. I think the pace will be the 6 Rose Collector and the 4 Izzy D'Oro. Cheap speed, probably the 5. So I fell on, I'm going to go here with the George Weaver Hot Turf Barn. I know the owners of Black Type Thoroughbred. They're really great.
Yeah.
Broke its maiden and then
Team
ran a good 4th last time out.
Team
which horse are you talking about?
Team
The
captain,
11,
right?
team captain here.
Yep.
And he should have enough natural speed to be a little closer going this long distance.
He went wide in the stretch.
Yep, and the good thing about this race, none of these horses have ran this distance. No one's proven, so it's one of those where I'm going to take a shot at a price. Sitting at 12-1 right now. Looks like if the betting board is the 8 is the favorite. But I think the 11 here could wrap them up late here with one run coming home here.
All
Get the
right.
team captain.
The 11 is the
11.
most
Team
expensive
captain
horse in
11.
here. I mean, they bought him for $450K, and that last race did favor speed, and he continued to. He's a closer, and he continued to make up ground. So I think that was probably a better than look performance. I would agree with you on there. I have him as my third pick. My first pick, you also mentioned the 4 Izzy D'Oro.
Yes.
So this horse improved 14 Beyer speed points last out, ran an 82. It was on synthetic, but is an early speed in here. I think, his whole career has had like really super slow works, even before having, winning. So it doesn't really bother me, but I think this horse could be really finding his groove and could keep improving today.
No, I agree. And the other long distance turf race, there was one other mile and 3/16 turf race. You kind of wanted to be close to the lead. So if the 4 or the 6 get loose, maybe no one can catch them going this distance.
Well, I think a lot of people have the misconception that with the longer the race, the more you want to go with the closer, but that's not always true.
No,
I mean, you want a
agree.
horse, yeah.
Agree.
I mean, I'll show you the late pace here from Timeform. This has the 4 winning, the 3 being the actually late pace. It has the 11 back there in 5th, but the 3's bandwagon. I had a pass on this horse. I didn't agree with that.
I like bandwagon.
Okay, tell us why.
He's exiting 2 optional 100s. He was 7th in both outings with the beaten links. Not too bad. 3 3/4 last out, going 9 furlongs. The winner there, Formidable Man, had run second the start prior, and that was after trying to take on Muth in the San Vicente Stakes, which didn't go over so well. I mean, I think this guy can stretch further, so I do not think he's a toss, especially how we've seen the D'Amato runners coming here and firing, even if they're not actually getting to the winner's circle.
I actually watched this horse's replays of those last 2 races. Took a note. You told me to start watching more replays. So I
Yes,
did.
replays.
And
Replays,
I
yeah.
didn't think there was really a very good excuse. I also just feel like this horse is kind of
You
an
just wanna be a
awkward
hater.
mover. Like, it just has a lot of inefficient, it's an awkward mover. So for me, I didn't love it.
I would just say, though, you also have to just take into consideration that you've got a horse here where he's taking on a lot of them that are just coming out of maiden ranks, and he's been now 2 times in against optional 100 competition, and not just cupcakes.
He has the experience.
Yeah, he has experience. He's been against winners already, and he's fared fine, even though, again, 7th place finish. I don't care about the finish. I care about the beaten lengths. I will say Domingo, who's not been spoken about yet, I thought he won impressively last out. That was a really nice final furlong there. He looked like he had plenty of kick. He's stepping out of the main special weight ranks against winners. So again, that is the question. But I love Brendan Walsh. I think his operation is solid. If he thinks this horse
He's a good
fits,
trainer for sure.
I think he fits. I love an American Pharaoh. So yeah. And then as far as, of course, the Chad Brown horse, Catch a Wave. I mean,
that one, is the favorite.
He won at
Definitely is
Tampa.
viable.
He won at Tampa. It's obviously a really nice pedigree. I know the figure wasn't impressive, but I don't think they were looking necessarily for him to put up anything big. He'd just do enough to win, and then we'll worry about going
I
forward.
do think this race is a bit of an ass for him, but it's Chad
no,
and he's asking.
I
But
don't
Rachel,
I was just gonna say,
who does Rachel like?
I was gonna say real quickly, the Curlin out of Harmonize, grade 1. I mean, she's a grade 1 winner. She won the Del Mar Oaks at 9 furlongs, also the Glen Falls at a mile and 3/8. So I do think this is a horse who's got a ton of upside. So Rachel, I'm sorry, I just wanted to get that part out.
Oh, no, you are good. I won't lie. This one I'm a bit more along for the ride. I glanced at the past performances.
She's
and I'm
foggy.
looking back to see what kind of notes that I have taken. It looks like it's currently the longest shot on the board, the 9 Magic Heart. I really like in the trip notes of past races that this horse was one that was chasing on, kicked clear. Those are really good signs that there was more gas in the tank for going a little bit longer of a distance.
I like the 9.
And I do have to say, I like the 11 as well, the team captain. I did naturally have notes on that already. Because Mike and I, same brain.
Right?
So,
Oregon.
Mike, how would you bet this race if you're a betting man? Which I know you are.
I'm gonna win bet the 11, and then maybe you can wheel it back. Put the 11 in second, and put maybe the 3. I'd probably go 3-2 on top of the 11 for a straight exacta, and then win bet the 11. So just get that home. I'm gonna mostly win bet though. Always win bet for me. I think this is the best value. Take a stand. If you lose, you lose.
Yeah.
But you might as well just go for it.
I need to take a lesson from you because sometimes, I do feel like you should try to make money the easiest way. And a lot of times that's win betting. And I tend to get excited with exotics and exactas. And although I'm good at them, I hit them, sometimes it's like, why didn't you just put it to win? It was 10 to 1,
Well,
like
we
just
all
play it
say
to win.
that.
Yeah. Anytime I feel like anytime a price, I'm gonna just win bet only in this. You're gonna lose. Sometimes anyway.
I can't tell
take a stand, win bet it. And just go for it,
Yeah.
I never show bet. I don't remember the last show bet I made. Please don't do that, people. Just win bet. A place bet, I get it.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going to take a stand here and hope I trust Mr. George Weaver. He's one of the best turf trainers in the nation right now. And I think he should have more natural speed. I also love Gulfstream horses coming up here after the championship meet. So let's see if Black Type Thoroughbreds gets a home here, race 11 for us.
Okay, speaking of trainer names, I have to shout out the 7, Michaelicious, now trained by Mike Maker.
Yes.
It is this horse's first time on turf, but I love the name. So
You do love the
and
name.
it's currently 5-1.
Have we looked at the jockey standings? Because I think IRAB pulled ahead. But
Did he pull ahead of Tyler?
But
He has it. He
he
was up
has it?
2
Okay.
earlier. He was up 2 earlier, so I think he wrapped it up.
is on Michaelicious, so
Okay.
But okay, my win bet would be on the 4.
Do you know who bred this horse? Jack Swain.
Hey!
That's a
All
shout
right.
out to Rachel's
That's
boyfriend, Swain. We'll put him on air a little bit later.
Yeah.
All right, well, they are loading in the gate. We're going to kick it over to the track feed.
Into line. Bandwagon. Isidoro. Also Magic Heart. Gewürztraminer. Here's Copper Missile. Team captain, the last one, comes forward. Goes in, they're at the post.
Louisville, Kentucky. On this first Saturday in May, it's the date
And
line.
they're off. There goes Isidoro out for the early lead from the inside. Isidoro along with Domingo, who's right there against the rail in the opening strides. These two coming to the front of the field. They're joined by Gewürztraminer, who moves up a cautious third on the outside, now taking second position as they head for the first turn. Michaelicious between horses, and then comes Magic Heart up on the outside. Isidoro is the leader, though, as they head for the turn. Leads it by a length. Gewürztraminer goes in second position. Magic Heart is third. Michaelicious fourth. Rose Collector fifth on the outside. Domingo is sixth back toward the inside. Catch a Wave is in seventh. Hawks Creek is eighth against the rail, and then Bandwagon, who's ninth, moves 3 wide around the first turn, about 9 lengths off the lead. Copper Missile back toward the inside in 10th, and Team Captain is last of 11, 23.81 seconds the time for the opening quarter. Up the backstretch they go. Isidoro, Gewürztraminer, they go 1-2, separated by a neck. Magic Heart third up on the outside. Michaelicious fourth back toward the inside. Rose Collector out toward the center of the course, moves up from fifth to fourth to third, within a length and a half of the front pair. there. Then Domingo further back comes off the rail in 6th, running about 5 lengths off the lead. Catch a Wave will be wide to the far turn. And then Hawks Creek down to the inside. Copper Missile, Bandwagon, who's near the back of the pack now as they enter the turn. And Team Captain, who was last, that opening half mile was 48.42 seconds. They move midway on the far turn. Isidoro, Gewürztraminer 1-2. Rose Collector is third up toward the outside. Magic Heart has to go to the center of the course, just over a quarter mile to go. 5 lengths off the lead. Michaelicious next. Domingo swings to the far outside as they turn for home. Gewürztraminer is alongside of Isidoro. Michaelicious to the inside. Rose Collector there to the outside. And then Magic Heart, Domingo out in the center of the course. They're all chasing Isidoro. Isidoro with the lead. Has it by 5, by 6. A wild scramble. Catch a Wave goes to second. And deep stretch, it will be Isidoro hanging on for the victory for Jorge Ruiz.
Alexa having a day. Alexa.
What have I said? I'm amazing. I mean, but seriously, 12-1. Man,
One of the things.
Great call, great call.
12 to freaking 1, and it wasn't
That was
even
amazing.
close.
No, I.
But
yeah,
one of the
love
things I
winning.
love about Alexa is her humbleness.
One of Alexa's
You would never know she won that race.
endearing qualities is.
No, I actually love it. Like, I love excitement. I hate, like, when somebody wins. Have you ever seen these people, like, they hit big scores and they just go,
Yeah, and I've been told to act like I've done this before, and I'm like, absolutely not. I will never be doing that. No, that horse slayed. I didn't see if my exacta came in. I don't know who got second because I was
I think
just
it
like
was the
freaking
2.
out.
I think it was the 2. I
Domingo?
do not know for
Oh,
sure.
it did, and then,
No,
the 8.
No, I think it was
The
the
2.
2.
The 2.
And I did talk about the 2,
Two.
so
Did
there.
talk about the
2 got
2.
second.
But the 2 was
2
no
and
price.
then the 8.
The price was it was nothing like.
Sorry,
the
who was the prize?
Izzy went off. Izzy went off
price?
12-1.
12-1.
That's my birthday right there. 412.
Gavin, I said you should put it on mine. Did you put it on mine?
He did
A lot
not.
of jokes I can make right now, and I'm going to try not to.
The 11's still looking for another lap for me. My 11 thinks there's another lap.
It's somewhere in the back parking lot, taking a stroll around the
He's just
Keeneland
chilling,
Park
hanging out.
grounds, having a good time. For a minute there, I kept hearing Michaelicious' name a lot.
Yeah, he was up
and
there.
so I was getting a little bit excited, but man,
I just
that
kinda
was a
wanna-
great race, a great way to end it. Alexa with a big
Yes.
freaking
Great
score.
Mike drops it.
Mike, before you leave the set, question of the day that we're asking everybody, that's highly topical, of course, is who are you rooting on in the Derby?
Oh boy.
Yes.
I'm it's tough to go against Sierra Leone, obviously paper-wise, but I think I'm going to go back to Dornick. I think that last race out in the bluegrass was just a glorified workout. The horse didn't need the points.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't send him on the lead. Also, the horse needs to be on the lead. So I'm going to hope some of the other speed doesn't fire. Maybe Dornick sits a trip. I'm going for a little bit of a price. Should be an overlay. So going with Dornick here to win the Derby for me here.
We
All
love that because
right.
we had Jason Worth on our first show to talk about him,
Yeah.
per owner. So would love that for him and everybody involved.
Yeah.
And you.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be
Should a good
fantastic.
week.
Yeah.
Where can everyone keep up with you and your picks in the coming weeks? Go to Plug City.
Yeah, hit me up. I'm on Twitter at Rennie Time, at Smoking Ponies is the show. We got a show tomorrow morning. Matthew DeSantis will be on Naira's guy. And it'll be a great time. Follow me, Rennie Time.
I have
anytime.
to ask, where's the ready time from?
It was actually from basketball in high school. From me scoring a bunch of points in the second half, turned into Rennie Time.
Rennie
So that's how it started from about 22 years ago. A little throwing the age out, old man.
Okay.
So that's
That's
how
what
Rennie
my
Time
handle
started.
is from. I'm Killamilla, and everyone
go.
is like, "What is that?" I wasn't even an athlete in high school. Can't dribble, can't dunk, and
No,
So
you're
you can't
five-
dunk? I
you're
think you're throwing down on someone. Don't
5'2" and you
shortchange
can't
yourself.
my vert goes about 2 inches. Like when they had to do those tests in high school
Oh,
to test
no.
your overall athletic ability. When I tell
I
you,
hated those. They wanted you to climb a rope, and I can't climb the rope.
yeah,
Who asked you to
embarrassing.
climb a rope?
That's old school
was not-
stuff. No,
that's
that's
different
old school.
generation,
That's how we
maybe.
used to do it.
Pull-ups, run a mile. I did not have to climb a rope. Where are you from again?
Michigan.
Oh, man. Well,
The breeding
Michigan's a-
athletes in
does it
Michigan.
weird.
Right,
Yeah.
Love it. Good stuff.
Clearly.
Appreciate you guys
Yeah.
having me on.
Thanks for
Just-
joining
I
us.
love it.
We
You guys
love
are
it.
great. Follow all of you guys. So
Oh,
it's
thank
good
you.
stuff.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Mike.
Yeah,
Well,
always.
we'll be rooting on Dornock and rooting on
Rennie time.
Rennie time. Yeah. Rennie time.
But
So
the Keeneland spring meet
Yes.
may be over, but we are not done.
We are not
We are
done.
not done. Stick with us because we
Yes.
have some really exciting. We have another guest. We have Rachel's boyfriend on set, Swain,
Oh,
who
so we
has to
might
make an
make an
appearance.
appearance.
And we also have to preview the Derby and do a little bit of Derby trivia. So stick
Oh
with
gosh,
us.
the Derby trivia.
The Derby
So
trivia.
before we get into the Derby trivia,
I'm concerned.
fresh out of the paddock at Keeneland, we have Danielle Austin of West Point Thoroughbreds come on in and join us.
Danielle,
And
your dress is gorgeous.
Yes,
West
it
Point.
is.
Thank you. Some of us got very wet today. We tried to do a little touch up in the car on the way, but it did not work. So
Oh,
You look beautiful.
You look amazing.
You look
Look beautiful,
beautiful.
stunning,
Thank you.
riding a high after, getting up for second in the Grade 3
She
Bewitch
ran
Stakes today.
awesome. Very, very proud of her. So
Congratulations.
It was exciting.
Atomic Blonde, right?
Atomic Blonde, exactly.
Which was another potential pick. That was the backup pick from our friend who is picking all the horses that remind her of ex-boyfriends because she is blonde and maybe the atomic blonde.
That's
in
an
that.
angle.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
She said that she's never been hotter betting. Well,
I'm like, okay, where are we going with this? But either way,
with making
good for her.
picks based off of
Ex-boyfriend names.
ex-boyfriends.
Okay.
Finding a theme and a through line. So
Yeah.
we love
Totally.
that for her. Everyone needs an angle. Danielle, for the people that are not familiar with the West Point Thoroughbreds, what is the lowdown?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So
No pressure.
Yeah.
right.
You are setting up the entire brand for them now.
Yeah, exactly. Terry, I hope you're
Terry
not
is watching. Terry is watching. We love
I'll
you,
do
Terry.
my best. We do love Terry. The whole team is incredible. So I will say, from my perspective, the whole West Point mantra is horses first, partners second, company third. And so I kind of come in on that second tier where we're talking about the partners. So my job day to day is to make sure that each and every partner is having the best time they can possibly have with West Point Thoroughbreds, whether they're looking for a farm visit or going to the track and looking for accommodations, looking for random referrals for a dining reservation in Saratoga. Like, I got you. There's really nowhere to go wrong for anybody watching. But so mostly owner concierge, partner relations, things like that. And then also helping out. I just got back from the OBS April sale in Ocala, helping with sales administration and helping pick our next roster of 2-year-olds, which is really exciting. We got 6 awesome colts from the OBS sale and then 1 over from Europe. So really exciting.
You bought one of the most expensive horses along with DJ Stable, my friend Jonathan Green. And
Tappan,
John, I don't know if you're watching, but if you're watching, let's talk about your horse. That
Yes.
horse is gorgeous. I cannot think. Was he by Curlin?
Wait,
Tappan.
tell
He's
us
by
who
Tappan.
this
He's
is.
by
Yes.
Tappan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I did
He's
not
great.
get to meet
He's
him in
beautiful.
person. Apparently, he was like a total little nugget at the sale. Like, loves attention and wants people to love all over him. Got to Mark Cassie's farm and is now all business. Like,
Oh,
no time,
nice.
no time for friends, no time for any of that.
He knows
But
the time and place.
He's
Keep him
done
busy.
very, very well coming out of the sale. So we're super excited for him. And to partner with John Green, who co-hosts a podcast with my coworker, Joe Bianca. Like, it all came together really
We're taking them
organically. Yeah.
We are taking you on ahead of the Derby, by the way, guys. Yeah, we are,
It's fine,
actually.
no pressure.
No pressure. But it's got to be a lot of fun because I always say, whenever there's a new horse in the barn, right? A horse, before they ever carry a rider, they're carrying hope.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's a cute saying.
Yeah, I always say.
cute
And
saying.
so you guys, you go to these sales, you're scouting these horses out, and the hope is there.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's about realizing
That's
that.
like a much nicer way. I always say everybody's a Kentucky Derby winner until they run the
I
first
love
time.
that too, though.
But hope is definitely like a more upbeat way to say that.
Hope.
Hope.
I like it.
Hope and
Slightly
love.
less pressure on our end
Yes.
to deliver on that Kentucky Derby win. Thank you. But
Which one of the fantastic things that West Point was able to accomplish a couple years back now was being a part owner of Flightline,
Yes.
the #1 ranked racehorse in the world, now happily enjoying life as a stallion.
he's doing just fine.
I've seen him at Lane's End. He looks spectacular.
Yes, I was actually just talking to Chris Kinnear that works at Lane's End and Nominations 2 days ago, and he was like, we thought that coming from the track, he was like a little bit of a bear, like, he kind of had that attitude where he's a little strong. He got to the farm, kind of took a look around, coming off the trailer, and was like, cool, this is my home now. I'm good.
To be.
Yeah. So, and he has not stepped a foot out of line since.
No.
Like, absolutely loves it. So.
Do you know one of the coolest moments? I happened to be out there filming something at Lane's End, and Jane Lyon happened to be out there, who bred Flightline.
Yeah, she did.
And she was there feeding him carrots. And it was the sweetest
He
thing.
has like
that.
I want to say a 10-pound bag of carrots on hand
Yeah.
at all times.
Yes.
Not even
knows
exact. Like I might be underestimating the amount of carrots that are constantly available to Flightline.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
humongous. So
A very good boy.
Yes.
He certainly
so
earned it.
Beyond everything that West Point has accomplished as far as being one of the top racing syndicates in the entire nation, they've been an invaluable partner to America's Best Racing in helping us kickstart this program that launched a couple years back called Stake in Stardom, where influencers or prominent personalities are gifted a share in a racehorse that is up and coming. And last year, a couple of our owners were in on Jace's Road, who ran in the Kentucky Derby, which was incredibly exciting.
So cool.
And I know that we're eternally grateful for that partnership. Now there's 2 other stables that participate with us and gift those shares. But why is that side of things so important to West Point?
I think because we are such a large syndicate, which is awesome because we are able to educate partners as they come on board with West Point, but also it kind of gives you the responsibility as far as the general public, having sort of that brand awareness, and a lot of people know what West Point does, even if they're not involved. I think partnering with Stake in Stardom and the content that the influencers put out makes it a lot more digestible to the general public who maybe will come to Keeneland and tailgate, but not actually know what's going on, which is like totally my point of view. If you ask me for handicapping tips, like don't ever. But in general, it absolutely helps educate people from the bottom up and brings in also these influencers who might be differently branded. Like one of our influencers this year is a comedian, but also has like a lifestyle brand. And one of our influencers is a NASCAR or IndyCar driver. I don't know the difference.
Yes.
Also. He goes fast in cars, and it's really cool. So it kind of brings all of these different brands and perspectives in together and ties in a lot of, I think, people's common interests where they wouldn't also have the opportunity to do that on their own. So
I love that angle and seeing these people getting to meet their horses for the first time, which got a very exciting email from you yesterday announcing which horses are going to be partially owned by these influencers, one of which is the horse that you were just talking about.
Oh!
That's some early tea.
Does he have a name yet? Does he have a name
He
yet?
does,
What's
he
his name?
does, which is very funny because it happens to also be the last name of the manager, for lack of a better term, of our influencer, and his name is Sandman. So
Oh, I love that.
we've had two
Sandman.
very
So are
different
you-
reactions.
Are you going to be playing like the Metallica? Like,
Well, yes. So that's the first, and people are like, "Yeah, metal." And then there's also the like, "Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream," where it's like, maybe not as masculine as the like Metallica. Exactly.
I mean, he's a beautiful colt. I mean, even if you didn't know anything about pedigrees or anything, you're just like, oh, he's gray.
Yes, everyone loves
or
like
gray,
a solid
yes.
dapple gray. You
Yeah.
can't go wrong. So.
I've always said I won't buy a horse because it's gray, but I really hope I get to buy a horse. That's great.
Right?
They're
Isn't
just
I've always
so
heard like the
beautiful.
betting angle, bet the gray horse no matter what, which is part of my
Oh, I haven't
limited
heard that.
repertoire.
I haven't heard that one. I have
This
heard.
is why you lose.
I have heard on a cold wet day, bet the gray. That's what I've heard.
Okay,
You
today
just
was a
are
cold
full
wet
of them
day.
today, right?
I'm old.
It's euphemisms.
I'm old. I know all these old like.
You need to like remember all these because when we ask you to rap
Sayings.
pretty soon,
Oh, no.
these are the sayings you're gonna need.
I can just bust it out now. No.
Yeah, there was a running poll on
Oh no.
Instagram about Ren having to rap. We did some double dog dares last week.
I'm
the
in
spirit
favor.
of the
I did
double
see
dog
that.
dare.
You were incredible. I'm very impressed.
Oh my gosh, I know.
It was made all
She
the
went
better when I
hard.
actually
that don't
rapped
actually rhyme that you made rhyme.
the
I was
correct
like,
winner. Yeah.
I like the breakup because like at first I thought she was talking about NATO, but she said tornado.
She got political. I was like,
yeah.
I was like,
we don't do that here.
I was like, oh wow, she's talking about world defense.
You know what
NATO.
that's called? That's on lyrical malarial.
Yeah.
I'm ill, not sick. Okay. So Danielle,
it.
you and I are going to be together on Oaks and Derby Day. I
Yes.
think
Oh,
Enjoying
fun.
Races out there.
Yeah, fun.
Been doing so much to help get everything coordinated and rocking and rolling. West Point has some activities that week as well.
Yes.
But beyond all of the logistics that you put into planning, all of the partners that come to Derby, which for reference, how many partners are coming out?
Gosh.
to
So
Derby?
we probably have accounted for close to 200.
Oh my gosh.
See, this is
individuals,
a big
so like
syndicate.
partners and their guests. Like it's huge, but there are also people that don't know that they're coming or come last minute, and we'll just randomly run into them. So it's always fun. We plan ahead as much as we can and invite everybody, and there's always the last minute people that are coming in for Derby 150, because why would you not?
So with the Derby, I know that you guys do not have a horse in this year, correct?
Sad year. Very good for like my overall zen, but sad year to not have a runner.
But it's not good for you because now you have no excuse to just say, oh, I've got to back our horse. You have to pick.
Right.
And that's the topic of the day. That's the question of the day. So
we won't make you wrap it unless you want to.
I would much prefer not to.
Okay, so who, Danielle, is your Derby pick?
Okay. Well, not to be super mainstream, but fierceness, probably.
You're actually the first person to say that today.
Okay.
You are.
I also really like Sierra Leone. And
that's more
only
mainstream.
because I love Gunrunner and I love City of Light. So my handicapping is miserable. Like, literally don't take anything I say for gospel, but I always pick based on like stallion connections or if I know like the sales company or whoever. So just random little like things that you can pick up on.
What your personal connection is.
So Gunrunner was my favorite racehorse of all time.
Aww.
And I have a friend, Kelsey, who had the unfortunate circumstance to be with me during most of his races that we watched in person. And I think she still has like my hand mark like embedded in her forearm and is possibly deaf in one ear from me screaming. So I will always follow his progeny and am super excited for Sierra Leone. But Fierceness I just think is really cool. And, he's sort of on this like on again, off again, like alternating race pattern, which unfortunately it looks like the Derby is like the off race, but I think that he's got it.
I think he's had excuses the 2 off races he's had. If you watch the start of the race in New York there, he got away, kind of hopped up a little bit like a bronco at the start of the race, and then he got like knocked, like he's slipping and sliding around. And then the first start back as a 3-year-old, he had a problem there too, getting out. So I think he's had legitimate excuses, and so that's why I've kind of been on this bandwagon of he's not back. He's been here for years, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay,
that was my rap, by the way. That was it.
Oh,
he's been here. No, okay.
I saw like the hand motion. I was like getting into it. Yeah.
Throw in down.
Yes.
Well, I am super excited to see everything that's to come for our partnership and to officially announce who we're working with.
Is there anything you think we didn't cover? Because I know, like, at this point, this is empty. So I just want to make sure that I didn't go random on everything, and that like it derailed anything you wanted to say.
No, absolutely. I was just here kind of to answer questions, and obviously we're always Team West Point, and it's very accessible for people to get in that don't have any kind of background in the industry, but might have someone that they know that loves racehorses. And I think that's, at this point, I might be speaking out of turn, the way that most people get into it is like, someone that loves it, and it sort of rubs off on you, and then all of a sudden you're coming with them to Keeneland or Churchill Downs, and you're seeing it, the backstretch in the mornings. The morning training is like, that's the biggest thing for me, is getting like that insider access that we're able to provide that makes people like me included. I still, every time I go out to watch morning training, I'm like, this is amazing. Like,
it's so
totally different
it's a
vibes.
Magical
so
moment for
yes,
sure, seeing that morning training.
Absolutely. And different things like farm visits or barn visits, and getting that like face-to-face connection with partners and their horses, I think is the most rewarding part of the whole thing.
So one of the influencers that has now hard launched the partnership that you were referencing earlier is IndyCar driver and Indy 500 winner Alex Rossi, who came out and spent a day at Keeneland, went out to Lane's End. And if you look at his social channels, he posted a video of his visit out to Lane's End. And in the video, you can see his face physically change and light up.
Exactly.
As soon as he sees a foal, and then again right before he sees flight line, and he's just like, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And has never been involved in that capacity. And it's as soon as you meet and put hands on a horse or get near them up close to watch a morning work, then
even if it's not yours, just a horse, any horse.
Yeah,
is
horses
so
are just
exciting.
magical beings, and there's something really humbling and
Oh
really.
my gosh, I say that. I say they're the closest thing we have on Earth to a mythological type creature.
Yeah.
Like, they really are.
Unicorn.
They're all unicorns.
They're all unicorns.
Exactly.
Oh, John Green's texting me.
Ren's getting in on the live report, but Danielle,
he says thanks for the shadow. Watching my race at Gulfstream.
You are welcome. Well, everyone knows where to find West Point T-Breds and look up West Point Thoroughbreds if you're interested in getting involved.
Yeah.
Danielle's super excited to see
Always.
what's to come this year.
Yes.
And how Sandman is looking. There's just a bunch of exciting horses in the roster. So
For
we
sure,
really
especially
appreciate
after the 2-year-old sales.
Yeah.
That was
Oh my
awesome.
gosh. It's like unwrapping an Easter egg,
Yeah.
seeing what their careers
so
shape
exciting.
up to be.
Exactly.
So thank you again for joining us.
Thank you
We'll
guys
let
for having
you
me. This was so fun.
get back into things and go on all
All
gears
cylinders
firing.
firing,
All
exactly.
cylinders firing
Yes.
for 200 people.
Yeah.
All the
Oh my
things.
gosh.
Something's
Derby
firing.
week is just so wild for everybody. You know.
So I'll see you out there. Thank you so
good.
much for joining
Thanks
us.
so much. Rachel, when can people find out the rest of the influencers? When is that going to be released?
Okay, so if you're watching with us here, all the contracts are signed, everything is locked in. So if you are watching, I'll give you the special treat right here, right now, at least telling you who's involved, but official press release to come.
Yes.
Okay, so very excited this year, new to have, drum roll, Heather McMahon, comedian,
Hilarious, amazing.
actress. Alexa and I were lucky enough to go to her comedy show, and she was here in Lexington.
Why was I not
She
invited?
has a Netflix special. Well, now everything is going to be Brunette Bonanza branded.
Yes,
But
yes.
at first and foremost, to get that deal secured and cinched, she couldn't be cooler. We're
She's
very
super
excited
cool.
to have
and
her
so
on board.
excited to be a part of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she is excited.
She was like,
to
I'm going to
giddy
own
up-
a horse.
Giddy up with the girls, yes. So Heather is on board. I just mentioned Alexander Rossi, IndyCar driver. And then we have a new Gen Z.
Oh.
He was in on the early phase of TikTok. And for anyone that's watching that knows like what Sway House is or any of this stuff,
Oh,
I
gosh,
know
I have no
that
idea.
you
I'm
don't
Gen
know.
X. I'm Gen X. No clue. I'm sorry, Sway.
But Griffin Johnson, who we're so excited to have on board
Do we
again,
sway with
he
it?
couldn't be more excited to be involved, and he is somebody who has an overall combined reach of 14 million
Wow.
people.
Yeah.
So he's going to own a racehorse. He's going to be out at the Kentucky Derby and share all of those experiences
Really
with
exciting
14
for
million
racing.
fans.
I mean, so cool that you do this, but so exciting for racing because I think, we all know we need to reach more people, reach more young people for the sport. So really cool.
And we even have a handicapper in on board. So Book It with Trent is going to be one of the owners with Game of Silks.
Fun.
And so we're super excited
Speaking
to just
of Derby,
diversify the portfolio. And
we want to preview the Derby for y'all. And by preview the Derby, we kind of mean do more Derby trivia because...
which is fun because you can play from home.
Low key. It's been a bit of a week, and I have not dug in that deep into the Derby yet. But you can tune in for the Brunette Bonanza again next week. We're going on another show.
Yes.
Rail Talk.
Rail Talk.
That's why I've been like
And-
harassing John Green.
Yeah, we will be throwing our Derby picks out there, but we're going to do some fun Derby trivia and shout out to ABR videographer Alex, who made this bomb. Almost said a bad word. made this.
It's
This is a
allowed.
family show.
Made this bomb Derby video to get you a little sizzle, get you in the mood.
Louisville, Kentucky. On this first Saturday in May, it's the dateline for the most famous 2 minutes in American sports. 2 minutes of racing over 1.25 miles. One of the most beautiful and satisfying things I have ever experienced. Welcome to the Kentucky Derby.
Taking over the lead and keeps his position as he thunders past the winning post. And third citation, 2 to his 4. Wins the 1948 Kentucky Derby. Again, a tremendous surprise to the big crowd. There's flash on the result board. Thunder comes back.
Just another 16th to go. Then Shoemaker misjudges the finish line.
Classic that's been running since 1875.
Secretariat on the outside to take the lead. Jam holding in second. It's Secretariat moving away. He has it by 2.5.
Well, Bob, as a Kentuckian, the Derby is reason for a party, certainly as we welcome spring, but a chance to showcase Kentucky's signature thoroughbred industry to the world. And beyond that, it's a measure of hope. All the new foals are being born around the state now.
Coming on strongly. Down the
If you don't have chills, you're not human.
I was just going to say, I have chills. When I tell you people have stopped me and run me down at Keeneland, those that know that I work for America's Best Racing, they're like, who made that video? That should be on national ads.
Yeah.
Alex
It's so
Probst, who also
Probst
can take
Media.
a compliment so well, absolutely crushed it. And that has us in the spirit.
Oh, boy.
For Keeneland Weekend Kickoff, Kentucky Derby Trivia.
Man, we didn't even ask her to sing, and she just did it. I love that.
I know.
It's just
that was
something. It's just something that I do.
unsolicited.
And this kind of ties into the very first question
Oh,
that I
boy.
have to ask you all.
Okay.
Oh, wait, who's keeping track?
So,
no.
Alexa, you got to get a note sheet out and a pen.
Okay, Ren, you have a pen?
I do have a pen.
Give it to
somewhere, I think.
Oh, wait, no, I have one.
You got one? Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Because this is highly important
Okay,
to
it's
keep
just me and
track
Ren.
of the winners.
Yeah.
And
Because as we know, I'm competitive.
No.
she is. And last time we did this trivia, again, it was a different set of questions. They don't know what's coming at them.
No idea.
And all right, so question number 1.
Okay.
Which rapper has owned a horse in the Kentucky Derby?
Oh, I know this.
Is
MC
it-
Hammer.
Well, now I know too. Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
Ren.
But I think you know what? I decided to shout out because I was like, "There's no way Alexa knows who MC Hammer is because she's young and I'm old."
But now I know. And
Now
now
you
This
know.
is what happens when Ren has one
Too
full White
legit.
Claw on set.
Too legit to
No,
quit.
okay.
Hey.
Standard rules of this so that it is even playing field. We'll scratch that
Oh,
question
dang!
so that you cannot shout out an
I
answer
can do this
if
one
you
too.
know it.
I traveled around the world, from London to LA. Wherever I go, it's hey Hammer, yo Hammer, and the rest can go and play. Can't touch this.
Ba-ba-bum, ba-bum,
I had the
ba-bum.
pants too.
So
See, that counts.
there we go. Ren rap check, which for full context, it was at the height of his fame. In 1992, he owned a horse that was aptly named Dance Floor. Despite the 33-1 odds, led for a good portion of the race and ended up finishing 3rd.
Look at my crazy knowledge. He also owned a horse named Light Light.
Wow.
Right?
Okay, well, I gave us both a point.
We're tied.
Everyone's a winner.
Everyone's a winner.
Who were the other options?
Megan Thee Stallion,
I wouldn't believe that.
who performed at
Stallion, though,
Preakness
that's
a couple
funny.
years ago, and Snoop Dogg, who I think that there's a really good chance that Snoop Dogg is going to be at this year's Kentucky Derby,
Really?
considering his best friend Martha Stewart is doing the Riders Up Call.
Is she? I had no idea. Did you see him do the commentary for the dressage?
Oh my gosh,
Hilarious.
That was the
Yes,
best. Which is
have
why
seen
he
that. So funny.
Churchill, get him on the broadcast. when he goes,
that horse. I'm sorry. So funny.
So funny.
Yeah, no. All I remember from the dressage assessment, Snoop's like, that horse is crip walking. That horse is crip walking. As it's like, doing a little extended leg movement. Okay.
So funny. Okay, go.
Yeah.
Next question. Which of these Academy Award winners has owned a horse in the Kentucky Derby?
Okay.
Is it Steven Spielberg, George Clooney, or Reese Witherspoon?
Ooh.
George Clooney.
I'm going to say George Clooney as well.
Okay,
He's
the
from
correct
Kentucky.
answer, you're both wrong.
Oh!
Is Steven Spielberg,
Really?
a 3-time Academy Award winner. In 2003, his racing stable called Biscuit Stables, which was a nod to the movie Seabiscuit, had a horse that has a name that I love. That's what I'm talking about. And he ended up finishing 4th in the race.
Can I
back
just tell
in
you,
2003.
Amazing.
I'm very disappointed in George Clooney having this connection to the South here and not being the answer.
Call him up. Why don't you call him up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell him.
I got him on speed
George,
dial.
Come on.
Got him on
You
speed
need to
dial.
get with the program.
Me-
Okay, you're from Kentucky.
Yeah.
So the playing ground remains level.
Okay, 1-1.
Go in the comments. Tell us your guesses in there.
It's not really level. She took it away from me.
You cheated and gave it.
Where she knew the answer. So the playing field was leveled. So on to the next. How many mint juleps will fans at Churchill Downs drink between Oaks and Derby Day?
Oh, gosh.
Is it 75,000, 100,000, or 125,000?
I'm just going to go 100,000. I don't like the mint julep.
I'm saying 125.
Alexa is correct.
Alexa's been cleaning up today. Doesn't matter if
I'm
it's
sorry.
the races.
I'm
Doesn't
sorry.
matter if it's the trivia.
What can I say?
So in
I'm
total,
amazing.
125,000 will be
That's a lot.
Taken down.
That's a lot of mint.
Which requires 10,000 bottles of Woodford Reserve.
Oh my gosh.
2,250 pounds of mint.
I was going to say, who is that mint distributor?
And this is the greatest of all. Because the key to a mint julep is ice, and that is 475,000 pounds of ice.
Do you like the mint julep?
I'm okay with it.
I like the lily. The lily is delicious. The mint julep.
I'm not like, I mean, you're there, you got to drink it though.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Okay, dating back to 1940. Okay, so this isn't the entire history of the race, but in the past 83 years, how many Kentucky Derby winners won their final prep race? Is it 46, 65, or 22?
Wait. Are you talking about the genesis of the Derby to 1940 itself?
No.
Okay.
1940 to
To
now,
now.
which is 83 years.
Okay.
In
how
83
many Kentucky
years, how many won their final prep race?
Correct. Is it 46, 65, or 22?
I'm going to go with the first one. 40, whatever that was.
I'm saying 65 because those are the big point givers who get you in the race.
Well, the point system only started a couple of years ago.
Oh, shit. You got me. Okay,
So
who is it?
the correct answer is 46. And the playing field remains level.
Yeah.
If you're playing along at home, did you
smashed
get that
that.
answer right?
I'm sorry. I'm pulling your guys' ears out. I know. I'm sorry.
Tom got it. Who will be upright by the time Derby is run? 125K
I can tell you, nobody in the infield.
Nope.
Nobody in the infield. They're going to be doing the porta potty run
Oh.
that Ren was referencing earlier.
Okay, how many do we have left? Like, what if we tie? What's the tiebreaker?
We've got
the ties that were
there's
just
more to
awesome.
come.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'll
I'm
come
ready.
up with a tiebreaker.
Okay. Lay it on us.
Which, by the way, the horse that won in 2021 was 6th in their final prep race.
Wow.
Which that was the only time in 83 years that a horse was that far back in a prep race, and that was Mandaloun. All right. Which post position number has the most Kentucky Derby winners?
Oh.
Everyone at home. Is it 5, 10, or 8? So
8.
which stall?
8.
Okay. They will say 8, which although that is the post position that Mage was at
It's
last
wrong.
year when he won, it's actually post position 5.
Really? Okay.
With 10 total wins, mostly recently with Always Dreaming in 2017.
Okay.
That's a lot of wins out of 10.
Yeah.
Wait, 5.
And post position 5 with 10 total wins.
Wow. Okay.
And the inverse of that, which post position has never had a Kentucky Derby winner? Is it 19, 1,
19.
or 17?
19. Because didn't Big Brown have 17? Or somebody had some.
I'm going to say 17.
Alexis,
no!
correct.
Who was 19?
19 has one winner, and that was with All Have Another in 2012.
Oh, I'll have another. I forgot. Yes.
Ren
okay.
needs another.
I need another.
Do we have another?
And
I need to go cry after this.
Okay.
So post position 17, winnerless. Only gate, remember, some that are on that far outside, the 20 post.
know
Rich
why
Strike, for example, won from there.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking of with Big Brown. I thought he would have a wide draw because
This was the post or their number?
Post position.
yeah.
Because like Rich was 21. Wasn't he
Yeah,
21?
technically, but that was...
But it was a 20 hole.
Yes.
Okay. All right, next.
This is a true or false. The twin spires are original features of Churchill Downs.
False.
You guys are both correct. Yeah. But they still debuted in 1895.
That's a long
and they were
time.
designed by a 24-year-old.
That's awesome.
And originally the designs did not include the spires, but he said, I think this is missing a little something. And he said that, quote, he felt the structure needed to give it a striking appearance.
He sure got that down.
Got that done.
And that's one of the few things that is original at Churchill Downs now
Love it.
today are the spires, and they're never going anywhere ever. So next question, 19 Kentucky Derby winners' names have started with this letter, the most of any letter.
S. No, sorry, I can't guess yet. Sorry.
S and C.
I'm going to go with S.
Shoot, I was going to guess M. That wasn't an option. Wait, so A, S,
or C.
Because I can
And
already
they've produced 19
Seattle
Kentucky
Slew,
Derby
Secretariat,
Okay.
Sea Hero.
Yes. Ren, yet again, giving away free answers.
I'm sorry, I can't help
to keep
myself.
Alexa ahead of you.
I can't help myself.
And the only letters of the alphabet without a Derby winner are Q, X, and Y.
Oh, wow.
Of the last 149 Kentucky Derbies, about what percent of them has there been at least a trace of precipitation? Is it 65%, 48%, or 32%?
32%. Yeah, I can say it now.
48.
Alexa is correct. So, but here's the kicker. So, despite at least a trace of precipitation for 71 of 149 Kentucky Derbies, which is about 48%, there has been a fast track on 104 occasions.
Oh.
So, but just a trace of that precip.
I'm learning so much.
See, this is why this game is fun.
Yeah.
Is anyone getting this right at home? And, okay, this is the last question, and it's kind of a dual question that ties together Kentucky Derby.
So are
and
there
Breeders'
two
Cup.
questions or one? Because if there's two, Ren could still win.
It's one question.
Oh, come on, man.
So since the creation of the Breeders' Cup in 1984, how many times have Kentucky Derby winners from different years faced each other in the Breeders' Cup Classic? Is it once?
Wait. I spaced out. What?
Twice or 5 times?
Read that again.
So the Breeders' Cup was created in 1984 with the Classic headlining it.
Yeah.
In all of the years of Breeders' Cup, how many times have Kentucky Derby winners faced each other in the Classic? And again, to be a winner, they're from different years.
Right.
Is it once, twice, or 5 times?
I think it's just twice.
Okay.
Because I can think of Alishiba and Affirmed.
I want to say once.
Okay, it is actually twice. And it was Ferdinand in 1987 with Ferdinand and Alishiba.
I'm sorry, Ferdinand and Alishiba. I was thinking of Seattle Slew going against, he went against Affirmed in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. But yes.
And
Ren, everybody round of applause for Ren's wealth of knowledge. Her brain is wild.
It is. I am afraid to see
I'm
what
a
it's
weirdo.
like in there with just,
I'm a weirdo.
facts,
I'm a
figures.
weirdo.
So many
it's,
facts.
But it is impressive. Ren
It's so
is
impressive.
an encyclopedia of knowledge.
I try.
My
So
memory is pretty much just song lyrics. But still,
Mine's
even
just
with,
winners.
Even with that late, Alexa's only winners.
Just winners.
Got money on my mind. So even with that correct guess from
I
Ren
still
there,
lose.
it was 1987 and 1991. So it's been a long time, you know.
Well, Ren,
Yes.
you're really bright, but not quite bright enough to beat me.
Well, it's because
Although you did give me a few. And, before we...
it was in the Marlboro. It was, by the way, Seattle Slew and Affirmed was in the Marlboro Cup.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
She's got a fact check. She's
Fact
got
check
all
her.
of the tea.
No one will fact check you. We all just trust
no,
you.
I fact checked myself, but wasn't Affirmed also in the Jockey Club Gold Cup?
See, Tom was with me. Tom said once, Ferdinand and Alishiba. But, okay, we have one more brief guest.
We do.
To bring on here. Swain, we need to ask you what your Derby pick is.
Yeah.
Yes, get over here.
It's the age-old question. We've got a microphone ready for you. Alexa loves to haze people coming in and on to
friendly.
the set.
I'm friendly.
Just, bringing them in.
Greg made a lower third for him.
He did. We can't let it go to waste.
Yeah, I just...
welcome to the show, Andrew Swain,
Hello.
who has
Swain,
been hanging
Rachel-
out with us.
Miller's BF.
What's that?
I think that this is the definition of a hard launch. If there is a literal freaking lower third. Hey,
this going
Grandpa,
official? Wait.
I know that my grandpa is watching, so
Was it-
there
was
he
it-
is.
Hello, Grandpa.
Oh, wait, there's like social official. Is this like...
This is it. This is literally like
broadcast official.
live on the air to the whole world because we're
You're
have the
locked
whole
in
world
now. You're
watching.
locked
Out there,
in
I
now.
know.
So how has it been watching today?
Very interesting, actually. It's been. I feel like I've learned a lot. Of course, you all are a wealth of knowledge.
Thank you very much. We're happy to hear it.
Yeah, my horse knowledge is subpar for sure.
But I'm starting to try and, rub off on him
Yeah.
as far as horse knowledge, insights. We haven't talked about the Kentucky Derby at all, but people today have been coming on, making their selections and picks. I think before we make you say yours, we're going to say ours, as you probably do not know the names of the horses competing,
then you can pick one.
Jump on a bandwagon.
Then choose a bandwagon and jump on.
And we know which bandwagon you should be jumping on.
Oh, yeah.
This is
carefully.
a test.
This is a trial.
Like
Alexa.
I said, I really, truly have not dug in. So this is liable to change. Probably will change. Maybe will change. Again, we're going to be on with Rail Talk next week, where we're going to go. I don't know. Are we doing like the Brunette Bonanza against them? Or are we all fighting for our own? I don't know. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So tune in. For now, I will say Sierra Leone.
Okay, Sierra Leone, and why?
Girl.
Come on.
It's Sierra Leone.
Add some color to it.
It's Sierra Leone. I mean, he's just a beast. He's just dominating. He just continues to dominate over and over again. So,
and the thing is, I don't want to duplicate answers. Sierra Leone would probably be my natural pick. He looks fantastic over in the mornings at Churchill. He is just a boss.
Yeah.
He's got that body. However,
how far ahead was he on the leaderboard too? Like a lot.
I'd have to go back and look.
A ways.
Like 50 points.
A ways.
Something
I think that
crazy.
him and Fierceness were up there together.
Yeah, they were.
However, I do obviously have to shout out Fierceness. I think that is a really cool horse, obviously a juvenile champion. And for anyone that followed last year's Kentucky Derby, this is owned by the same people that had Forte. This is Rapoli Stable's horse. And Forte was obviously the Derby favorite last year, had the same trajectory, was a 2-year-old champion, super highly anticipated in the Kentucky Derby, and then was out the morning of.
Yeah.
So there's a
tough.
lot of excitement around this horse, and I think the story around it, as far as, hopefully he's going to go on to show what he can do, and he seems like a cool cat. So, yeah, Sierra Leone, Fierceness, West Saratoga is a really good story. But I think that I might go a little wild card pick. I don't know.
Fierceness wasn't your pick. I thought we were locked and loaded on
Okay, no. I'm going to be for real. We're going to go Fierceness and back him.
All right, Ren.
By the way,
because I can't just start rattling off like 5 different things and be like, so it could be any one of them. I don't know.
By the way, it wasn't crazy. Affirmed was in there with Seattle Saloon. But it was Exceller who won. I'm telling you, that's one of the, you know how we've talked about horses when they've like run in defeat, how they can sometimes be the best race or like the coolest race to watch. Watch that race of Seattle Slew and Exceller duking it out there to the wire in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. It's amazing. Like, it is what horse racing is all about. But anyway, okay.
We had Tom comment.
Tom Espinoza
Tom
commented saying,
said Swain debut at Keeneland. That's big time.
That is big time. We got
big
Swain,
time.
like Swain. So, Derby pick. See, here's the thing. I'm not going to pick anything. I'm not picking anything.
That's a cop-out.
Well, no. I'll tell you who I think is the horse to be. It's obviously Fierceness, but I'm not going to pick anything hardcore,
Obviously
locked down, ready to like go to the windows or anything.
No, none of us are.
Until I see a post position draw, because who knows, right? I think, I was watching a workout with Fierceness over the Churchill track. The horse just looks like a beast. I think he's legitimate. As I've already gone over, I think this whole idea of like, ooh, what Fierceness do we get? He's off, he's on, he's I think they had legitimate excuses from the gate that has like upset the giddy up. But this is the problem, and this is what you have to take into consideration. We're going 20 horse cavalry charge.
Yeah.
What if he does get creamed out of the gate? I don't think he's then the type that overcomes that.
and you think who is?
I think Sierra Leone can overcome that. I do think that we have some horses that have some upside that could also come from off. I think that it's just going to be a matter of me to really have to dig in once we have this field set and I can get an idea and really start to envision the way that they should break, provided everything is smoothly, and then who I think will be in best position should that not happen.
Okay, so Swain, you kind of have 2 options here without getting in trouble.
Yes.
Because Rachel said her top pick would be Sierra Leone, but she didn't want to duplicate, so then she went to Fierceness, which is her. So we're split here.
I think I'm going to go. I know it's unpopular opinion, fan favorite. Everybody's that's sit at the table, I think, has mentioned Sierra Leone.
Yes.
If I threw a wild card in there.
Throw a wild card, come on.
What, has anybody mentioned Forever Young today?
No, the Japanese horse.
Oh my
I
gosh,
think that would be a good
hold on.
storyline.
I
Where did you get this
I saw him on his phone over there. I was like, he's doing some
quick
research.
Google search
He's
can
doing
do a
some
lot of things.
research.
I have a fun fact for you. I have a fun fact for you.
Oh, this is the best.
Forever young. Okay, or is it? Yeah. So young, I want to be forever young. Do you really want to live forever? Forever. Sorry, we're killing. She's got a great voice. I don't. So in any case, so Forever Young and Sierra Leone, they are out of sisters, 3/4 sisters, in fact.
Wow.
With the statistical probability of these two making the Kentucky Derby gate, insanity.
That's amazing.
Oh
That
my
is a cool
gosh.
fun fact. All
And
right.
I want it noted after the fact that I'm the only person that sat at the table and mentioned that horse's name
Boom.
today.
I mean,
So
when it wins, you have a new career.
if it pulls, it pulls.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Swain. We appreciate you
Absolutely.
coming on here, even though you were a little bit reluctant. I know I kind of made you do it, but we're glad.
He said, "Oh, y'all look pretty sitting up there. I don't want to come in and."
I do have to give a shout out.
Yeah,
I said I would do
Don't be cutting
this.
a shine now. Greg is in my ear saying that that has
have a
to be
Swain
said.
fan in the back.
Which I'm sorry, you didn't get a chance to explain what cutting a shine is from.
Yeah, what is cutting a shine?
From Appalachia, Kentucky.
I love it.
If you couldn't tell by the accent.
Does this have to do with moonshine?
So cutting a shine is like when someone's acting up a little bit.
Oh.
You know, so think of a horse that's
So
like
I cut a shine a
sweating
lot.
and bucking and
Ren's always
you know,
cutting a shine.
I'm
over
always
here.
cutting a
It's
shine.
Especially with the one white
But you
claw
can't
in
just
her.
say it. You got to say cutting a shine.
Cutting a
Cutting a
shine.
shine.
So can
All right.
I want to give a quick shout out to. So I got my Grays cover today, which I'm very excited about.
Looks flawless.
Amazing.
I told, okay, so like I go to Ryan David, who he's amazing. His wife was there too today. She's gorgeous. She looks like a princess. She's getting her hair done too. But like getting the Grays covered ahead of Derby because, you know, I can't be all looking how old I actually am while I'm there. And so unfortunately the weather has kind of taken out the style.
No, you look fab.
But I gotta thank you so much for making me feel forever young.
She's gonna be
forever young.
Truly, though, honestly, I want
Gotta
to
sing that on the
say
way out.
thank you to all of our viewers. This show, you know, was a little bit wild. We got a little bit weird, and it's a lot of bit fun. And
Braganza.
you know, we've had
Braganza hit the board.
Braganza, Brunette Bonanza, and it's just been such a joy to be a part of. You know, we hope to be back again. And I just really appreciate all the support that we've gotten and all the fun that we've had. Thank you both for being such fabulous co-hosts this Keeneland
gosh,
meet.
thank you.
You guys are the best. I just
Yeah.
feel like we have fun together.
We just have fun, which is what it's all about. I mean, and well, it's not all it's about. We give out winners too. I give out winners.
Well, she
Everybody
gave out
gets-
winners today. I did at Tampa, but not really that much. But like not today. I've been stacked.
Ren, you're great. You're a great handicapper.
you.
Again, wealth of knowledge.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Yeah. So thank you.
Delightfully
everyone,
eccentric, right?
for delightfully
Sorry.
eccentric. We all are. So yeah.
And to see us wherever we will end up being next,
You know you want more of
you
this.
need to follow America's Best Racing
Follow the Daily Racing
or
Forum.
ABR Live, Daily Racing
Forum. I'm Alexa Zepp. Killamilla, Ren Carothers. You can find us. Rachel's not on Twitter or X.
Yeah,
so
no,
sorry.
I'm
Fix
sorry.
that? Why are we not on X?
Just because I'm protecting my peace and, you know, love y'all, but I am
It is
out
a
here
bit of
running a TikTok empire for America's
Well, why
Best
don't
Racing.
you have a burner account at least, like, or something like you
nobody
don't really
needs-
care about it?
Honestly, I think Instagram is such a loving and fun place. So you can find me on there way more
Okay.
active than on X.
I'm most
but-
I'm most active on X because I like the aggression.
Well, thank you again for tuning in every week this fall meet for the Keeneland Weekend Kickoff.
Spring.
Oh my gosh, was that like a little bit
I think
of
that
a...
it's because
I think we're projecting. We're projecting, I hope, right?
We're projecting. And we'll just give it one more time before we sign off for this time.
She wants to get it right.
Here it goes. Keeping up with Keeneland.
Keeping up with Keeneland.
Are we going to officially, if we come back for fall meet, which we better,
We might have to rebrand.
Are we going to
We
rebrand
might
for
have to
real?
rebrand for that, absolutely.
I think we do.
All right. Well, thank you all so much again for tuning in every week, for your support. We love you, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.
It's America's original sport, and no one covers it better than americasbestracing.net. From the sport to the lifestyle, the best races, horses, and destination venues, cocktails, gambling, fashion, and more. AmericasBestRacing.net is a sport for you.